Welcome to another exciting episode of Video Game Bang. Your weekly source for all things video game. Featuring your fearless hosts, Cory Vincent.
I'm pretty much Microsoft and Marvel. The cans are on. It's when ish gets real.
We weren't recording.
Okay, what are we doing?
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh.
That was the
Oh my
longest
gosh.
pause.
Welcome to the VGB Live weekend show, everybody. Brought to you by Aaron Carter right now. Because this is some BS is going on.
Oh my God, man, that was the
longest intro. So we
awkward
okay.
standing
Let's
intro.
do it. Yeah, it's VGB Weekend Bang Live on NerdReactor.com. What are you reacting to? I'm Sir Aaron Carter, the host with the most right now, because we have no audio in our ears. If you're listening to us, it's hard to see the visual. But if you're watching us right now, of course, it's very easy to see the visual. We all have headphones on, but we're not listening to ourselves. And the
It's
noise
silence.
anymore. It's very just silence. It's like,
I'm listening.
well, at least one is
silent.
listening. You heard his voice, the real David Webb.
What's going on, everybody?
And we are going through our second, of course, iteration of the studio, where now we have cameras here. And so you can see the other person in the room, Steven Gutierrez, everybody.
What up?
It's been a while since we've done a traditional
Absolutes in the
Weekend
room.
Bang VGB Live / whatever you want to call it, and I felt like we needed to bring that back. The fans wanted that back. They wanted that old,
Time rock and roll.
yeah, that good old fashioned rock and roll. So I had to. Today I had some plans. I was gonna go out, watch the movie Dope.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's dope.
So did you actually go see it, or
Plans fell through, so I spent most of the day writing notes for the show.
I just closed that Twitch. That sucks.
And he just closed it. Wow.
Sorry. It's tough.
We just did our shooting for the Power Up box yesterday, so expect that video out sometime this week. I'm going to be editing like crazy. We still have a couple of videos for the YouTube channel still in the works. Mr. Webb is editing those as we speak, right?
Yes.
He's like, no,
I'm
I'm
playing
not.
Tetris.
And
He's
then,
playing Galaga.
Wow.
that we didn't see it.
No, we didn't see him.
And then if you haven't checked out our show already, we did one earlier this week where we discussed in detail the giant pile of crap that is Destiny.
Yeah.
And why people still shovel it in their mouth. Why people?
David, just let it go.
I
bro.
did. It is. It's gone.
Is it
I played
gone?
Call of Duty
Is it
today.
Not no more in this house.
I don't
right
think
now?
it's that
Oh,
gone.
no, it's not that gone.
I don't think it's that gone. As always, though, everybody, the extra member of our crew here on the VGB Live, the chat room. How you guys doing out there,
Hello,
chat
chat
room?
room.
They'll be giving out their little 2 cents to everything that we
So-
talk about during the show, of course.
Broski.
If you haven't joined us before on VGB Live, we do this every weekend. Come to the chat room on Twitch. Video Game Bang is the name. Find us, give us a follow, like, subscribe, do all that type of stuff so we can, interact
Hit
with you. We
like
like to.
and subscribe.
The other things
Nice.
that we do, of course, are the Nerd Reactor articles. Go on there and check those out. We have cool ones weekly, each by our writers and their writers who are awesome as well. And I think that's all the stuff. Patreon.com. I forgot about that. Go to Patreon.com. Become a patron of the Video Game Bang. And help us help you. Help us help you. And it's the best way to do. We have to do some name shout-outs. We haven't done that in
We haven't
minute.
done it in a hot minute.
And actually, I think since it's almost end of the month, we're going to have to go and do that one for the next show, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
yeah, dang.
That's cool. That is cool.
I never got my haiku poem. Just saying.
That's
Pretty sure.
Corey.
I
I
think
think
we're-
Corey's on to that one.
I think we're
Yeah.
exempt from that, aren't we? Because I haven't gotten
why?
anything.
My money's not good enough
I
for
know.
you, Corey.
Corey, as you can see, is absent again for the second time in a row?
100th.
I don't know. We've been on a roll so far this
Then we
past
have.
2 weeks.
We have. Haven't skipped a beat, which is crazy. But what I'd like
Special
to
cases.
a special
in
case
the
just joined the room.
room.
But
Yeah.
what I like to think is, the VGB endures through all. It just goes through every single one.
So is this like a bad breakup between you and Corey right
Yeah,
now?
I wouldn't call it.
And then we're like the kids in the middle of it, of the separation.
We're on a break.
Do we have to choose sides?
We're on a break. Corey doesn't live at home anymore. Let's put it that way. And we'll see who gets custody.
I'm going to whoever gets me the best presents. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just putting that
probably-
out
I
there right
just
now.
you're going to Corey because he's not
Sweet
getting a damn
double
thing.
Christmases.
What's that from? That's
I
from a
can't
movie or
remember.
something. I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
Shit. Wait, isn't that Talladega Nights, the kids?
Yes, that's what it is. 2
I
Christmases. Yeah.
Never really got into the tower. Other day go, other nights.
That's terrible,
How
man.
can you
That's
not?
like
You have
one
to
of the
ride with the
funniest
fear.
movies.
You know why? Because I spend most of my time
Masturbating?
a lot of that,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just jerking it. Is that what the kids call it nowadays?
No, nobody calls it that.
All right, then let's do some banging around the web. Then
Banging around the web.
you're definitely going to your father's house.
He's all... That's terrible.
So does that mean you're the mother?
2 fathers. Didn't you just see the?
Yeah.
Did you see? Jeez.
Marriage equality, bitch.
What
What's
a
up?
dick. What a dick.
David Webb. It's like he
Oh.
doesn't keep up with current events.
So you heard it here first, everybody. David Webb hates the gays. And
Wow.
first story.
Oh,
on
my
Banging
God.
Around
That's how you get
not
that
even,
note.
not even like a chance to defend myself.
No,
Nope.
Just right
just
into.
you hate the gays.
First story on Banging Around the Web, everybody. The Punisher, reportedly the villain in Daredevil Season 2.
What? Oh,
So we heard quite a while back that Barenthal, John, from The Walking Dead and from...
his name was Burton Hammer.
what else was he in? He was in that war movie with Brad Pitt. Fury.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything reputable?
Reputable.
No, okay. Yeah. We heard that he was announced that he was going to be the Punisher in the upcoming season of Daredevil Season 2.
Does he sleep with Daredevil's girlfriend?
Rosario Dawson?
And then Daredevil has to like stab him in the chest.
But would Daredevil see him sleeping with the girlfriend?
Yeah,
or would
they,
he just
they
smell
would
it?
just, they would just be on fire.
He would
Your-
just smell
your
it all of a
penis
sudden.
smells like my girlfriend's vagina.
Yeah, I think he'd just smell it. So Barenthal is going to be the Punisher, which I think is an awesome casting for him anyway.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
One immediate query sprung out from the announcement whether or not he would be a friend or enemy whenever it was announced. The dark brooding anti-hero is somewhat of a different approach to tackling crime in comparison to Mr. Matt Murdock.
Meaning bullet to the brain.
Yeah, exactly, where he just kills people, with no problem.
So, hey, you're a bad guy, right? Okay.
So a lot of people are thinking maybe in this next season, that's what it's going for. Like the whole season is going to be wrapped around the tug of war between the city's justice of this is how Matt Murdock.
What is justice?
Yeah, this is how Matt Murdock solves crimes and deals with.
And this
you
is
know,
how the Punisher
And this is
punishes people
this is the Punisher does it.
by death.
David Webb, what would you like to see it as? Would you like to see a team up or more of a antagonist, protagonist, anti-hero type of story?
I would like to see a team up.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be. He's gonna probably be foe.
I think
for
they're-
like half the season, and then
Yeah.
the Kingpin's gonna come out somewhere, and
It's gonna be
gonna
like
be-
the Batman vs Superman movie. They're gonna be foes, and then they're gonna realize the only way that they could save Hell's Kitchen is if they work together as a team. And then Barney's gonna come out
and
singing.
then they're gonna get like a cyborg, a guy
Yeah.
from the sea,
They
It's
better
gonna be
not.
awesome.
They better
a
not
woman
flood it.
from some.
I promise you, they better
Amazonian
not.
place.
They better not flood it. Like, I don't want any of that in Marvel. Marvel does it right. Obsolete in the chat room says first fight, then team up.
There
which
you
we
go.
kinda-
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'd be okay with that.
But then who do they team up against?
Wait, is Punisher like good like martial artist, or is he just like a brawler?
He's a brawler. He can take a lot of punches and
But
a lot
he's
of
not,
damage.
Classically trained.
He's military trained.
Okay,
so he's got that down.
So he can fight. He's just not.
Oh
like
yeah,
a
he can
martial
definitely
artist,
fight.
like
No,
Daredevil
he's not going to
flipping off of
be.
shit and-
He'll probably be getting like beat up, but he'll take the punches. He's like Daredevil. How Daredevil can take the punches, he can do the same thing. I would like to see like the last maybe 2 episodes them team up.
Yeah, I think it probably should be like in the middle they meet.
Yeah,
and then it's like probably get one fight right there, like a quick one to tease the crowd.
Yeah,
and then like you get your next big fight like within the next couple episodes, and then the last 2 is like, oh shit, we need to work together to.
And so since we know Statham
beat
already
whoever.
backed out of being Bullseye, I'm guessing Bullseye is probably going to be the main.
Who knows? They could have
villain.
switched it on you. They could have been like, well, that didn't work out. Let's flip it and make this other here. Because think about it, Bullseye's what, an assassin? So you can kind of change his character with any other assassin type-esque villain, and it's like you'll be fine. So
I would really want to see at least somewhere in there kind of a nod to the other things that are coming out. You know, because I saw Obsolete put in there, then bring in Iron Fist. Some type of nod towards his eventual coming in, because, you know, they're going to do Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones. I would want to see somewhere in the season, like, hey, you know, Jessica Jones riding in the background on her motorcycle and you didn't see it or something like that. And like, did you catch that dancing bear in the background? Yeah, something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Did you catch
that'd be kind of.
bear?
I think that'd be kind of cool, because Marvel right now, to me, they're on it. I'm actually about to start watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. again.
Yeah,
season 2's a lot better than season 1. Let me tell you.
Season 2, yeah,
Season
it started
2
out
is
really good.
Way better than.
Started out really good. I did almost lose me when it started getting really slow. The plot progression got really slow for a couple episodes.
Well, see, the thing is,
it depends on the episodes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was just a couple of them, and then it picked right back up.
That's what dipped me in for a while too. The slowness, and I was just like, all right, it looks like it's gonna go. But then, who wrote the article about Eddie
Well,
yeah,
you're talking about anything Marvel's.
Yeah,
the new Warriors
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
He wrote that the Secret Warriors.
Yeah.
I had to Google them because I didn't know what that was. That's an awesome team. That's an X-Men team type of thing going on there. And
I saw the season 2 finale, and I didn't even like put 2 and 2 together, because like you, I didn't even know who the Secret Warriors were. And then, but I knew there was something going on, because I don't know. Have you guys seen the season 2 finale?
No, I have not. I have not.
You have. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. He hands her the folder, and it's like, I'm like, there's something going on. What's that? There's something significant.
Okay, so I'll go pick it up.
I read something too that they're hinting at a certain group that I guess Nick Fury trains.
Well, yeah, that's the secret.
What they are. Yeah,
it's
Secret Warriors.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about. I kind of was looking at the chat.
No, because in the comics, Daisy Johnson is Fury's protege.
Yeah,
yeah, and
she goes, but she goes and recruits people too. It's not just Fury. She goes and recruits those secrets.
So
and they're all like superpowered beings.
If they go into that, that'd be an easy way to just like erase the team of non-super.
This is what's people. Weird though. Like, you got that team that's coming out, right? Then you have Marvel planning the Defenders as well.
Okay,
that's another group of teams. So that's the like 10 people already. They should have waited for Civil War.
Yeah,
and you would have got a lot more superheroes and supervillains and all that type of stuff in this whole war back and forth.
I'm curious to know where Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to go with the Inhumans, because they just introduced them,
and it's not coming out till 2018.
So what's going to happen?
I don't know. That's going to be a difficult one.
It is going to be a difficult one.
3 years, how are you going to map that out?
Unless that's what the Secret Warriors are going to be mostly made up, because you've seen the last episode, so you know what happens.
Yes.
So that could lay the groundwork.
But then again, of course, too, the Marvel universe is or the cinematic universe is a lot different, so they may just go with enhance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
type of thing.
And they can go like they can mention something to you, and then just be like I don't know, Daisy Johnson, and then you never hear the name again for like 2 years, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, she was, and then like everything starts connecting together. Yeah. Marvel does that a lot, so it could be like we don't hear about Inhumans for 3 years.
Yeah,
and it's like, wait a minute, like it all started back in 2-3 years ago on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
So like they'll probably give you a couple throughout the next 3 seasons,
right?
Special cases.
They'll give you
just as hey, don't forget about the
Special cases. Special cases in chat says Sony needs to do all this stuff and branch out with the other X-Men related properties, X-Force, X-Factor, etc. I guess Deadpool counts as well. Special cases, just to answer that,
it's Fox.
It's definitely Fox that owns all that. But I was not.
But
to correct
still following you.
Yeah. Not to correct it. I was just. I think they need to release that. Because they're going to do X Factor as bad as they do X-Men, in my opinion.
With Marvel not owning those, is they take too many liberties of their own to change the stories.
Yeah,
they have so much source material from comics, obviously.
Hence that rumor of Fantastic Four and X-Men having a joint movie.
Yeah,
a joint movie.
Yeah, so it's just a rumor right now, but it's X-Men and Fantastic Four. It actually goes right into the next Bang Around the Web part. X-Men and Fantastic Four crossover rumored for 2018. Of the many release dates, Fox has penciled into the cinema calendar the untitled X-Men movie scheduled for July 13th, 2018 has set tongues wagging with speculation. Now, according to the report from Latino Review, which is credible source, just the gospel.
Go Latinos.
This date has been reserved for a massive super tete-a-tete. I don't know what that means. The oft-rumored X-Men / Fantastic Four crossover. The site sources claims that Fox is eyeing up the summer slot should this year's Fantastic Four reboot prove to be a success. There's little concern over whether or not the mutants carrying enough heft to warrant a superhero splice, considering the financial and critical success of the last 2 First Class and Days of Future Past X-Men movies. With X-Men Apocalypse aiming to further Fox's reboot of the franchise, depending on whether the story ends, it could sync up with Cosmic Quartet nicely. I don't like that idea at all.
I really don't. I don't think they should merge them.
So,
it's to me the movies seem two separate universes altogether. So if they take the movie universes that they have now that they're trying to establish, or X-Men's already been kind of established, we'll say, and try to fuse it with this Fantastic Four that they're doing now, it kind of, because that Fantastic Four seems darker than the X-Men.
Does.
This new one does. This new one does look a little darker.
Why would you try to mix these universes that don't even seem like they're together?
Because they don't know. They don't think about that.
They think about the cash.
They're thinking about the cash, and they're saying, hey, X-Men is successful. Fantastic Four is bound to be successful. Let's just mesh them together and have a super successful. That we can all be rich.
We could all live happily ever
That's
after.
Like saying, hamburgers are successful. Pizza is successful. Let's put them together.
They have. Cheeseburger pizza.
And that's what's
Look it up.
disgusting.
Hashtag America.
Those things are disgusting.
No, that thing at Carl's Jr. that's labeled America Burgers.
With
the All-American burger?
Yeah.
That
does look...
If you want to throw up, you get that burger.
If you ate poison and you need to throw up immediately, go to Carl's Jr.
It's not even good microwaved hot dog.
That's sad.
Microwave hot dogs are, not the best thing in the world, but I'd rather have a regular microwave hot dog from a store or something than Carl's Jr. It's disgusting.
So E3, of course, just passed everybody, and all the big titles clearly outshadowed any of the little small ones. Yeah, they outshadowed the little small ones that may have slipped through the cracks and stuff like that. We didn't get to see a lot of them because everybody was too busy talking about Fallout 4, which that's all that matters.
Fallout 4, mic drop. Have a good E3.
Former Duke Nukem Forever developers have a new top-down game in the works, though. You may
Gearbox.
No. Former Duke Nukem. Yeah. I think they were under that. Gearbox was the publisher, I think, for that, weren't they? I'd have to Google that because I don't know if they actually developed it.
I don't know. It was a shitty game either way.
Yeah, it really didn't matter. Webb, you working on that link on the bottom of the notes because that is actual footage for our fans out there to watch the new game that's in the works.
There it is.
So you may know the 3D Realms as a studio behind Duke Nukem Forever, a game in development. But the developer is hoping to win back some goodwill with the upcoming game Bombshell. Shelley Bombshell Harrison is the game's heroine.
That's her name?
Her name is Bombshell, yes.
It's kind of awesome, actually.
Shelley Bombshell Harrison is the game's heroine, a bomb defusal expert and a mercenary who just happens to have a robotic arm and a pistol that shoots 3 bullets at a time. Ooh, right? Three bullets at a time.
You can tell that's freaking Borderlands.
They've done that since Perfect Dark. There's a gun called the MagSec.
I think they did that since Alone in the Dark.
No.
Because there's a triple barrel shotgun in Alone in the Dark.
Well,
and I was like,
not much has been revealed about the game's plot, but we do know that she uses a pistol to shoot cyborg aliens in the face. In other words,
shoot aliens in the face.
Other than lack of gratuitous nudity and swearing, the tone hasn't changed a lot since the days of 3D Realms Duke Nukem games. I was going to ask, how do you guys feel about these top-down games that are like shooters? So it's the style or the look of...
They don't last to me. Like they get boring. Like it's, we'll play this for like a second. And then I don't care.
Did you buy Diablo?
The best one is I made a game with zombies in it.
Yes.
Because of the soundtrack. And that, to me, that seemed like it started it all. Everything else is just kind of lame. And the Black Ops one's alright.
Did we even play that one?
For like a split second, and then we kind of just, whatever. But it was an added on extra game anyway. We didn't even really care if it.
Truly, yeah, it was just kind of.
Their other games.
We are no longer.
What about you, Webb? Frequent the top-down games?
No.
Camera angle?
No. I've tried Dragon Age Inquisition. That's somewhat of a top-down.
That's nowhere near top-down.
David, they're trying to figure out what your last name is in the chat.
I know. They're trying to... Because somebody said you relate to anybody with a last name. No, I'm not.
Titus.
Christopher Titus.
It's Titus.
No.
It's like, you don't know me.
Okay. Hang on. I'm trying to get the video working, so I'm only half listening to you guys. Top-down, no. I don't. I was going to say Dragon Age Inquisition is as close to top-down as I can go.
Morgan Webb.
And I said, that's it. Good guess. It's not.
Obsolete says top-down, fun in small doses. Burn Zombie Burn was fun.
I played like a second.
Never played that one.
I guess there's no video.
There's no video.
Yeah, saying working on the vid.
No, there's no.
Oh, just no?
No.
Okay.
So, well, I don't know what's happening.
All right, so sorry. You guys can Google that.
The Webster gave up.
Bombshell game. But it's good to see. I think I like to see developers try something different from what they're traditionally known for.
I can see, like, if it's like, oh, it's a mobile game, whatever, top-down view shooter.
So it's more acceptable as a mobile game than your console $60 game?
Because I'm not paying $60 for a top-down shooter. Let me tell you, to me, that's an arcade game.
What about Diablo, though? That's basically a top-down shooter.
Okay, yeah. But that's got more dimensions to it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because
if you added that
full RPG element,
if you added that stuff to the shooting, the gear, all that type of stuff, then I mean, any way you slice it, you're pointing and shooting towards stuff. If you call it magic, you're still pointing and shooting towards stuff.
That's true. You get
still
a point.
A top-down shooter, no matter what you slice. If you add frosting on a cake, it's still a damn cake.
I don't like cake with frosting.
That's just weird.
It's disgusting. Well, because it's always like that. You know, let's not get into that. Right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Because we can have a whole show about
Welcome to the video cake hour.
That's maybe we'll do a VGB +3 and cake.
Wow.
Edition.
Because my brother plays a lot of Diablo. He plays a lot of it, and I watch him play, and I'm like, it just looks like old Gauntlet with top down, more extra.
Because all the top-down shooter games that I'm thinking of is the one where it's like one stick controls the character.
Yes.
The other one is where you're shooting direction.
Isn't that basically what? Yeah. I mean, controls, I wouldn't say
so it's
sell it as well, though.
But see, like games like, what's that? Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider one is like that. And that one's actually fun because there's more dimensions to it. You know, you have the adventure type, the puzzles, there's more to it. So that doesn't feel like a top-down shooter, but it is if you think about it. I mean, it's the same concept. You got the top-down view, you got shooting. I think the controls are different though. I don't remember if the controls are.
No, the controls shooting. Are still the thumbstick to shoot. Yeah,
See, but that one's got. That's why that one's so popular, I think. So if they come out with something similar, where it's got, you know, like if you said, if it's Diablo-esque where you can find loot and better weapons and things like that, then it may be decent. But I wouldn't say charge $60 for it. I'd probably, especially if it's an unestablished franchise, come out as an arcade game, man. Steam Greenlight or whatever, because those seem to be blowing up like tremendously. So do that, go that route before establish yourself, and then maybe for a number 2 or something, go even bigger and charge higher.
Obsolete in chat said he'd play Gauntlet before he played Diablo.
There you go.
I liked Gauntlet. Gauntlet definitely.
Dark Legacy. That's the one.
Dark Legacy.
But we cheated in that because we were kids.
Fun.
All of our names were 10,000K, and we got 10,000K every time.
Wow.
So we like leveled up completely and got everything. I was a wizard, and I had a dragon. That's why I got the wizard.
Obsolete also says he would play 60 for a top-down arcade machine.
Oh, like the whole physical arcade machine.
Yeah, because
yeah, I'd pay 60.
You'll find that for a. And he says no for a download.
Download?
Oh,
yeah.
A download.
Yeah, nobody's going to pay 60 for a download one, right?
No.
But what you might pay 60 for is Super Mario Maker. Haven't heard too much news on that bad boy, right?
I watched the Nintendo Direct thing.
Super Mario Maker is supposed to come with 100 courses right out the box.
Already made? So it's got a Mario game as well as you can make your own Mario.
Yep.
game.
Super Mario
Dope.
Maker is about creating and sharing your own cool, weird, sadistic levels online, but it's also a fully fledged single-player Mario game. Nintendo revealed on a promotional site that the upcoming Wii U game will have 100 courses pre-built and ready to play with no Mario making required. For reference, the original Super Mario Bros. Had 32 courses, so 100 should be enough to keep you busy for a while. You'll also have access to theoretical infinite number of courses once players' community starts uploading its own creations, but it sounds like Super Mario Maker will be worthwhile even if fans who are unable to connect online just don't.
That's cool. See, that's one reason Nintendo's awesome. I thought it was just going to be like a dev kit.
That's what I was under the impression the whole time as well.
A game I'd buy my nephew or play myself. But now that it's got its own campaign, I mean, it might not be that bad.
I wonder if, because it's going to get crazy with the people that actually make these levels. It's going to get stupid crazy with all the crap they're going to make, and I wonder if there's like a rating system as well built into it, so you can see, oh well, this map is bad, this map is good, and can people leave comments like, hey, stay away from this map?
Yeah.
Do you really want to have that become? I mean, this would be a whole new level of trolling.
But they did it for what is that with the one with Sackboy on PS3?
Oh, goddamn, what's that game? Little Big Planet.
They had a rating system on that, didn't they? For the levels that you wanted to download and stuff. I could have swore like you can be like, oh, this one it got like 5 stars or something like that. Yeah,
system.
So at least something like that.
Keep it as a rating system. Don't have comments because you're gonna have some 8-year-old like in tears because people are trolling his Mario levels.
Nintendo's good at that though.
Yeah,
Nintendo's really good at
cracking down on that.
That's
good.
You know how they have that Miiverse where anybody can draw whatever.
Oh yeah.
I thought people were just gonna draw dicks like all day, like
yeah.
And I have never seen one on there. At all. It's always like really artistic pictures of Zelda or something, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're really good at looking after their consumers and keeping everything PG because I think that's their audience that they target.
Yeah,
so
kids.
Parents are like, oh my god, I bought this game for my son and somebody wrote the F word in the game everywhere.
Yeah.
So
what about if this thing takes off and this thing gets successful, the Mario Maker? Do you think the next one will be SNES Mario?
No. Well, see, the thing with the Mario Maker, you can use any versions. So
Oh, it's all of them?
SNES,
I
Super
thought it was
Mario
just
2,
one.
World.
Wow.
Up to the new 3DS.
What about the characters, though?
So, yeah, it changes them on the fly like that.
That's awesome.
So, because I was watching
That's
the
freaking
Nintendo
awesome.
Direct, and he was like building and stuff. And he goes, so you can take your level,
Yeah.
and then you can put it in any game. Oh God, what is it called?
Just like version of the
Version,
game?
yeah. He's like, you can put it in any. You want it to be a Super Mario 3 look? Boom. You want it to be World?
I like
Flip
What
it
about
on the
64?
fly.
I like that.
Can you do Super Mario?
I don't think
No, you're not.
I don't think you can do that.
Switch from
I think it's
2D
just the 2D.
to just all of a
That's the
sudden,
2D
boom,
version.
you're in this 3D world. That would be ridiculous. That one, though, I will have to see because you might get some copycats. Maybe a Sonic.
Maybe. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
Sonic
the whole
Maker.
You make it, create it thing is kind of cool. I mean, it's personally not my type of game because whenever I'm playing a game and they're like, make your own level, I'm like, I have no idea what I want to do. So it just sits there. But, well, yeah, I mean, you'll probably see some creative people. The people that made, what is it, Final Fantasy VII in Little Big Planet, they made the whole, like, first level. And, you can't fight anything. You just walk through it.
Just walk through the thing.
But it actually looks really good.
That's cool.
I can see them doing that with, like, Mario or something, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt they'll be able to make it look like that because I think it's just the Nintendo sprite.
I just saw a video, or I didn't even get to look at the whole video, but they put Mario inside the Unreal Engine. It looks so weird because it's like all these realistic graphics around him, and then you got Mario just in the real world.
Jeremy.
Yeah. And I was like, that is the
Plumber?
strangest type of thing. That's why you're never going to get this like live action, real to life Mario game inside of an Unreal Engine or something like that.
He pops out of like a manhole cover.
It's
Boop,
a
boop,
me.
boop, boop. It's a me. Oh.
Mario.
Oh my gosh, that would be terrible. Yeah, I
I
Let's
rape
go.
your children.
think a Sonic Maker wouldn't be too far fetched.
Sonic Maker would be pretty good.
Go through the different Sonics and
I make a Green Zone 1 or whatever.
Green Zone. Yeah, just a whole bunch of
People are
Green
just gonna
Zone
make
ones.
Sonic 1 and 2 over.
It'd be cool.
Yeah, it's
Well,
awesome.
what do you guys think? We've hit that 30-minute mark. What do you guys think about taking a break for our audio?
We can take a break for the audio. When we come back, we'll hit one more bang bite, and we have a 30 most anticipated games of 2015.
Oh,
Yeah. We're gonna see if I can ruin some of those anticipations for you guys because
Spoiler alert, he can.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
so we'll be back with Aaron Ruins Your Dreams.
Yes.
Hour.
So stick
minutes.
around to the Weekend Bang Video Game Bang Live. We'll be right back.
After these messages.
If you're on the Twitch, thanks for sticking around.
We are still here.
We are still here, of course.
Mario with the chainsaw.
Sorry for
That's
the
awesome.
sorry for the lack of video. Like I said,
Yeah.
we're still going through puberty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is where the high voice comes in sometimes when you're speaking with your low voice and then you sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't
I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
People in the chat, let us know how the video is looking though.
Yeah.
Because
You're gonna have to work out what's going on with
I want to make
the-
sure. I want to make sure the
Blazing
feed, at least us, we look good.
There was a thing today, and you can start recording now because I'm gonna go into story mode. I was
Wow.
when I was looking through some of the news today. They had a full 30-minute video on Battleborn, and I almost fell asleep twice.
Trying to think of which
For
one. that
Battleborn?
is.
Battleborn is the
Is it the Gearbox one?
the Gearbox MOBA, but don't let the
Wait,
word.
Is that the one that's like the chick with the weird squared sword blade thing? And the mushroom head guy, or is that two different?
Yes, no. You're thinking. No, wait.
There's Battle Cry or
Battle Cry is the blood and guts one. That's like just the arena game
Yeah,
versus each
Battleborn
other.
is like that-
Battleborn is the.
There's
like
too
a
many
more
with battle in
animated-
the name.
Then there's BattleNet.
Then there's
That's,
Battletoads.
There's Battletoads. Welcome back to the Video Game Bang Live
Oh, God,
Weekend Bang.
Too much. Caucasian overload.
We're
Caucasian overload.
we're just talking about some of the stuff when I was writing the news today, or the banging around the web. But yeah, I saw a 30-minute video. It's supposed to be a MOBA by Gearbox, but it has apparently a story mode to it.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't feel like a MOBA. whenever you're playing the story mode.
Levels? Is
the story MOBA, which is actually very correct because you kind of play the MOBA modes going through these levels, but in a story way.
How is that?
So
is it the same level each time?
I don't think it was. I think the level changes.
How many
and everything.
levels?
And it wasn't like an enclosed level. Like, oh, this is an arena that you're in. This was like point A to point B, going through a full blown first person shooter level, and like you had an objective to do, then you finished your objective, then you went on and a new objective popped up for you to do, which was like escort this big tank thing through the level.
Escort this thing.
Yeah.
That thing.
And then after that was done, you had a boss battle. A giant boss dropped down, and you and your 3 other co-op people got to fight this boss. And there's a full-blown story about there's 1 star left in the universe, and you and your Battleborn people are trying to save it from whatever entity is trying to destroy it and take out all, humanity or whatever, or anything. And they justify it well, because, like, I don't know if you guys play League of Legends, which you don't. But the world in League of Legends, all their characters, to me, don't seem like they fit together.
No.
Yeah.
It's just a random assortment of characters.
But apparently they do. They all have backstories that they all, exist within the same. But I'm like, they don't even look like they're from the same universe to me.
They all go clubbing.
That looks like death. This looks like a regular.
So, but in Battleborn, it makes sense because it's everybody from all around the universe that's coming to try to save the universe. So they are from different places. So they look like they're from different places, but it makes sense because the story is that's the last star in the whole galaxy type of thing.
That's kind of a cool concept.
And that just made sense to me because even with the other, once the other one from Blizzard. That they're doing.
Heroes of the Storm?
No, not Heroes of the Storm. No, because Heroes of the Storm makes sense because it's just Overwatch. Their characters.
Blizzard's doing Overwatch?
Yeah.
I thought somebody else was doing Overwatch because Blizzard had Heroes.
No,
Why would they come out with 2 MOBAs?
Because they're Blizzard and they know they can do it.
Whatever.
Overwatch doesn't look like they're in the same universe to me. No, you got a giant gorilla and a samurai.
I mean, it makes sense with Heroes of the Storm because of their little thing, their tutorial is saying they're taking all the characters from the different universes and putting them.
It's just the Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
That. That's kind of cool that they did that. Like, even with Smite, I don't think there's a story with the guy. I mean, they fit.
They fit because it's just a whole bunch of
But like, there's no story on why they're fighting in the first place.
It's just battle arena.
But I mean,
of the
Smite's
gods.
still a good game, nonetheless.
And it's probably. I mean, you don't need one, but like Smite, their stories are already written because they're already in their
mythology.
Mythologies and stuff like that. But with League, which is brand new characters, they're not in mythologies.
And some of their characters are freaking sick looking.
They look cool. Yeah,
they're really.
I just don't. I never understood why they all look like they're just random throw-ins. Last banging around the web story that we had. What, you going to say something, Webb?
We have a request from chat to talk about a game, but we could talk about it after the last.
The last one is real quick, everybody. It was just a Fallout 4 pre-order guy got his pre-order with nothing but bottle caps.
He paid.
He sold traded in his bottle caps.
Bethesda will honor a Fallout 4 pre-order from a cheeky fan who sent a box full of bottle caps as payment. So the guy wanted his Fallout 4 pre-ordered, and he sent them a box full of just regular old bottle caps.
Joke's on him, because I'm pretty sure those bottle caps
are probably worth it.
It's worth more than what he would have paid for the game.
Did he get
that's awesome.
Did he get the special edition one with the Pip-Boy?
Let's see. It's the Imager user going by Gator Machete Jr.
Gator Machete Jr. Really?
Posted pictures.
Always wear Jimmy's.
Posted pictures of the cap mother load, which he has been saving since Fallout 3. It was 11.2 pounds of crimped metal and dripped booze all in it, and packed in the box, shipped off to Bethesda, Maryland, with a note humbly requesting a Fallout 4 pre-order, or failing that, the return of his life savings. Apparently, The ship costs were quite steep because, again, it was heavy, and they probably made the whole delivery truck smell like stale beer. Gator Machete Jr. confirmed last night that Bethesda will honor the pre-order, saying that it was because he was the first person to try such a stunt. Emphasis on first. So don't expect similar results for the collection of Chicago area bull tabs. The Bethesda may rather write return to sender on the box and acknowledge, they're not going to do it, basically. Put it that way. And it doesn't say which type he got, no. He's probably just got the basic.
You know what? That's cool, though. I commend him because he's been saving since Fallout 3.
Which is crazy.
So you've been planning this whole time.
Yeah.
He was probably sitting like, one day this is going to be brilliant.
And it paid off for him.
And it paid off.
It's the longest play ever.
The longest play ever. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's probably still working on his wife. He's like, met her in a coffee shop 7 years ago, and she will be mine.
I've talked to her twice.
Yeah.
It's like a 20-year plan, like in Dumb and Dumber.
Exactly.
He's been playing a joke for 20 years straight.
I'm glad that they honored it, though.
That's cool of them to do that.
Like, they could have literally just been like, yo, get the smelly bottle caps out of here. What is wrong with you?
They probably had a good laugh about it, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, this guy paid bottle caps? First of all, his name's Gator Machete.
Gator Machete.
Yeah, I butchered Machete. Yeah.
Machete.
Yeah, butchered.
As a Mexican, you shouldn't butcher Machete.
With
it is
machete.
half the year gone by, gentlemen. Just about, right?
It's
Just about.
June, that's 6.
So half the year has gone by. We've had a couple of games come out. 2015 has been kind of upsy downsy with the games here. Batman has come out and done some great things.
Beautiful things.
But
wonderful.
Still, and this is from a website called stuff.tv.
Before we get into that.
Oh yeah, you had a game. Sorry,
we had a
request.
We have a request. For Honor. They want to talk about that.
For Honor. Yes, we spoke very, very briefly about For Honor on our panel because Janice Davis got to play it.
Yeah.
That game to me looks like it doesn't look like it's a full to me $60 game. I'm going to put that out there right now.
Okay,
but it does look like it's a game that I would definitely, play. Maybe a $30 game, I guess, because it's got the Titanfall syndrome in my opinion.
Yes, because all we saw was multiplayer.
Yes,
we didn't see any sort of campaign. So
no campaigns. Have you seen For Honor?
I haven't seen anything on For Honor. To be honest.
So For Honor,
I just know it's samurais, knights, and
Vikings.
Yeah.
So the thing that actually got me when I was watching the video, it didn't look like it was just straight up hack and slash. Like you weren't just going out there and you weren't just like...
What video did you watch? Because the one I watched was like that.
So it looks like a Dynasty Warriors type of game.
Okay.
But this medieval type of feel. And the nobodies... So you know how there was NPCs in Titanfall, but then there was real people?
Yeah.
The nobodies you can hack and slash through. But whenever you got to an actual person...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It became more of a duel thing. Yeah. So like... You had to I guess it looked like you had to anticipate where they were going to strike from top, and then you had can parry and block up top to the side and stuff like that, and counter off of everything, sort of like a Nidhogg fill-in thing. And it was kind of that's what I got from it, like a 3D Nidhogg out of whenever you're playing another person, an actual person. Because whenever you're playing the NPCs, you were just slashing away at the little nobodies. Does
it look like it's getting too difficult with top right? Top left.
No, because there was only 3.
Okay,
only
so
3 things.
High, low, and...
Yeah. It was like left. It was like left, right, and top. That's basically what it was. Like low, left, and right, and then high, top. Okay. And then you can counter off of stuff like that. And whenever Janice said something to the effect of the developers told her, don't think of it as like a hack and slash, but more of kind of a strategy. She said it clicked then whenever she got the fighting mechanics, and I was like,
I remember I was there, Aaron.
Yeah,
I was there.
That to me seems amazing.
I remember her saying that, and I remember how excited she was. She was. I haven't seen anything on it. I've been meaning to research some stuff, but just time, man. But I mean, if it's anything like Chivalry, and
that's what I'm thinking too.
I mean, I'm down to play it. I was trying to get you guys to play Chivalry for the longest. Yeah. That was actually pretty fun. But it was that same concept too. It was like, where are you gonna attack? Especially with all the weapons were different in Chivalry, where if you had a spear, you attack differently than if you had a giant longsword or whatever.
That's one thing I didn't see in For Honor is the different weapons. It seemed like if you were a knight, you had that giant longsword. If you were a samurai, you had the samurai sword. They didn't show any Vikings, but it does definitely look like one to watch out for. What did the chat room say anything about it? Are they all excited for it? Are they going to get it and stuff like that?
No, they're talking about the Batman game.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
the Batman game's amazing, people.
And there it is. They requested something we talk about. Don't even want to talk about it themselves. Yeah. Sons of Mothers.
That was for Blackburn, he was asking.
Oh, well, there you go, Blackburn. That's VGB's on
Shinobi is the Batman game. Any god.
Wow.
Batman is God.
Terrible.
I'm Batman.
So, that's one to definitely get excited for. And here are 30 other ones that are anticipated for 2015. And we're going to start off big. We've talked about it, plenty of times. It was the only thing good to come out of that FX, Game Awards years back. And that's No Man's Sky.
Oh.
No Man's Sky actually went into a little more detail and showed some of the actual gameplay footage at this E3 where they showed the developer actually go to a random star or whatever and then land on a planet and stuff like that. What was interesting about it was I watched an interview that he did on GameSpot a little bit later. And he was talking about how at E3, like 50% of the demos are games that they show always ended with some giant monster coming out, roaring in your face, and then it cuts to black and then says title of the game 2015 or 2016 or whatever. He's like, I didn't want to do that with this. I wanted to kind of make it kind of the opposite, kind of boring, kind of, more informational than... So that's why he picked a random thing. Like everything you saw, he said was like literally random in the game. Like just, this is what you get, And then I watched another video where they showed like some more gameplay footage of, people going around destroying stuff. But the more I watch on his thing, the more I'm just like, if this is just a giant sandbox, I'm going to get bored real fast.
Yeah, I can see it getting boring really fast if it's just, especially if you don't have friends with you. Like that's the biggest thing.
That's a huge thing to me.
Exploration. Nobody explores alone. That's
you all right over there?
Yeah, I'm good.
A sad, lonely life.
The thing also was there seems to be no real
objective
or narrative besides get to the center of the universe or whatever.
Give me some people that are gonna attack me. Give me like a random alien races that are try to kill me.
And see, the thing he was talking about as well is whenever you jump into a battle. So, like, if you see a giant battle going on, you can jump and kind of choose sides, but it really means nothing. Besides, the next time you may see some fleet from that same faction, they might attack you because you attacked them last time or something like that. But there's nothing behind that. There's no motivation for them doing what they're doing. Yeah. There's no...
It's just I'm going to attack.
It's just, you just see two people fighting and
what am I doing on this planet, too? Like, what am I gathering resources?
You're gathering resources because you're always... In the game, it seems like you're always crafting. It's like Minecraft, just space. That's what, he's kind of... It's like a mixture between, they said, Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto-ish, but if Grand Theft Auto had no real missions or objectives, you just are in this universe. You live inside this world. You're an NPC inside of this world. And I'm like, that could definitely get boring very fast. I mean,
can you create stuff?
You can craft things, but I think...
Can you build stuff is what I mean?
I don't think so, though. I think... Like on a planet?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think what you do, everything you craft is all towards your goal of getting towards the center of the galaxy.
That's what you're supposed to do is get to the center of the galaxy.
And then whatever happens out of that. Which I don't know.
And it sends you somewhere else in the galaxy.
I was looking at the gameplay where they were showing like the life on planets, animals and stuff like that, which to me also seems just like more just eye candy. And that's cool.
It's still pleasing.
But what if there was like a code inside the game where there was this thing called like the food chain code, where you go to a planet and there's a food chain from big to small, what animals are on the food chain. So you as a player, you land somewhere on that food chain whenever you go to that planet. So if you land on a planet where there's nothing but giant animals, you're lower on the food chain. They will try to attack you and eat you. But if you land on something that's either your height or below her, Your height ones might try to attack you, but more likely not to because
you're obviously some type of a threat.
Yeah. So
which would make sense.
That'd be cool for just the unintelligent life forms, or whatever.
The animals.
But then, if this is just a giant galaxy of non-populated with intelligent beings, on planets, what the hell am I?
Would you have accepted this game more if they were like, okay, we're gonna do the 10-year life span? No. It's gonna come out how it's gonna come out now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So nothing less. But they're just going to keep adding to it like they're doing with Minecraft. So like later on,
how much am I paying?
We're gonna same thing. How it's going to come out now? So whatever the prices that they've determined is what you're going to pay now. But they're going to be like, we're going to add stuff, just like in Minecraft. You're going to be able to build. Only be able to
literally only if the game was $30.
Ride a horse. You're going to be able to tame the wildlife.
$30 max.
We're going to add enemies that fly from different galaxies to attack people.
$30 max.
Rob, kill. You could do quests.
And barely even that. I would even say barely even $30 max. Because the other game that I purchased at $10 basically is No Man's Sky minus
talking about StarMade.
Yeah, StarMade. It's No Man's Sky literally minus the pretty graphics and the life forms. And the whatchamacallits, but the animals and stuff. But it literally is the exact same game. So I've seen what the concept of it is, and I can't play that game by myself for that long. And it literally has more, features for your ships apparently now than
StarMade.
StarMade. That has a lot more stuff. Like you can have multi-man ships and stuff like that now. So it's grown over this time. But I only paid $11 for it. So No Man's Sky is not coming out for $11 because first it's a PS4 exclusive type of deal and PC, so it's going to full retail value.
Yeah, it's going to be $60.
So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do to win me back on board,
but it's like the dreams of a select few people that are going to want to play this game through.
Yeah,
it's going to come and go like Evolve did.
Yeah,
and Titanfall and all those other games that came out. So much big hype came out, lasted a couple months.
But it's one of the it's on the list of it's on the list of games anticipated. I don't know. It's
once they said I can explore with my friends, I said I can explore a different game because this one is not keeping my attention anymore.
This seems
Next one on the list we got is Rock Band 4. We can just keep going. Rock Band 4, of course, Harmon X's next little iteration of their Rock Band thing.
X Shinobi said $5 for a pic of my nipples.
That's terrible.
Wow,
that's
gross.
It's disgusting.
I'm not really excited for Rock Band 4. Were you a Rock Band fan, Webb?
No, we had it for the Wii, and just kind of played it a little bit. Played it more so when we had friends over. That was about it. It's a party game.
Yeah, it's definitely a party game.
Yeah, I didn't sit there and was like, oh man, I gotta beat this song so I can get to the next level. It was fun, but it wasn't, I'm not a diehard fan.
Unless you're partying like, the Breaking Bad dude every night.
Yeah.
Then no.
Breaking Bad dude.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a...
I remember playing Guitar Hero 1 and 2, like, standalone by myself a lot. But then after they started putting all the band stuff, I was like, I kind of just lost interest. I mean, I played it and I bought it, but I only played it when friends came. It turned into the party game. Like,
I think they might as well just, because if it was me, if I'm Harmon X, I'm branching out and I do it huge. I just call it music band, and we're going every genre of music, and we're trying to dump everything on there.
But see, that's the thing. Like, so now, like if you do that, now it's going to be harder to put certain instruments because so much stuff is electronic.
Well, no, you still have the same instruments that you would already had traditionally.
True, yeah. It's not.
They're all button in. They're all controllers. Put it that way. They're just controllers. They're not. It doesn't. They're not going to actually make the noise of whatever. Yeah, you can literally have Piano Hero and play with the Guitar Hero.
If it could teach me to play piano, I'd get it.
Yeah.
Because nothing's more sexy than somebody that just comes in, cracks the knuckles, lifts the piano and then plays Moonlight Sonata.
And then what about all the stuff that we purchased
Penny
before?
Dropper.
Terrible. All the songs that we purchased before from the other game.
It's rolling over.
It just rolls over?
From what I remember, I think Jada reported on.
So then how much is this game?
$5?
One
pay for
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
This game.
You bought songs?
I never bought anything from that.
Aaron Carter bought the songs for the.
Why don't they just let people plug in their iPod or something or connect their Bluetooth?
Because then you would
that
lose
loses out on
so much money. Because I would just play any song that I'd want. Like download the song and then it
just gives you a correspondent key and timing when to hit it.
Basically,
I don't know. Guitar Hero is cool.
Abiyard says never owned Rock Band or Guitar Hero, but enjoyed them while at friend's house. Yeah,
because it's a party.
Because literally in your group, one person has to have it.
I was always
you can have a band
with vocals, and I do not sing well, so I was just like make up my own words, and they would always pick songs like La Bamba.
Terrible.
And I was like, this is racist, but I would sing it. And
what's weird, the only person that I know that played that game as if it was, I don't know, like an actual game, was Noel.
Yeah, Noel.
I remember sitting on Xbox Live with him, and all you would hear is click, 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 click,
Are you
click,
playing
click.
Guitar Hero?
Yeah, and he would just sit and play like it was like freaking Elder Scrolls or something.
Did he rage about it too?
Yeah.
Smashes guitar.
Hit the red button.
It was his life for a little while, and I can't remember who put him onto the game, but may God have mercy on their souls. Next one on the list: Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Everybody,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
this is actually the first one on the list that I can say that I'm not. I can't really see anything.
You don't want to play it?
No. I can't see anything for seeing it like disappointing in any areas.
For a Call of Duty game?
Yeah, because I haven't seen boosts yet. There's boosts in this one.
I've
seen sliding and.
To be honest with you, I think it is in it.
I think we're probably going to have to assume that going forward, any first-person shooter is going to have some sort of...
I don't think it's like hovering. You're going to be hovering, and I don't think it's like a big boost. It's probably like a double jump.
Jump thing.
Well, that's what Advanced Warfare. It's just double jump boost.
Yeah, it's still.
But you can like.
I guess you can
like
hover.
streak to the side and stuff, and they have body modifications.
So
electronic.
Don't quote me on that because that could be a campaign thing.
I'm quoting you
because I know
you're here first, everybody.
You're here first. No
Steven
boosts.
Gutierrez says boosts in Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yes, boosts. And there's gonna be monkeys that shoot out of your butt crack as a kill streak.
Look on Bruce Almighty.
Yeah. Did that monkey come out your crack, man? Best scene.
It's going to be the third one.
Movie.
Third one in the trilogy, of course.
That Mexican guy never got a better job than that.
He's in every damn thing.
The monkey that came out the guy's ass is in everything.
He's in,
but the guy that said it.
Oh, no, the guy that said it. No.
He has the best line.
Did the monkey just come out of your crack, man?
Which they said maybe, we reported on the last one that the zombie mode might be shown at this year's San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So, that's back. That's a big one with the people. I love the zombie mode, definitely. I said I would buy a full zombie game.
We're coming out with all the maps for every single zombie game.
It'd be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous. I would probably lose my shit. I probably would.
The full reveal is going to come out in April, I guess, like of everything. But
do you know what the problem is?
No, we already seen. Excuse me, a reveal came out in April with that trailer, but we haven't seen any zombies. Is what I meant.
You know what the problem is going to be, right?
What is that?
It's releasing in November, so you have Fallout, Call of Duty. I don't remember Halo. I think I'll rope that in for you Halo fans. And whatever other big name titles are all going to come out in November from like a 2-week span. Because it's always the beginning. You're going to get all these major titles, and it's going to be like, shit, I'm broke forever because I'm
Pick
not going to be able to play these. Yeah. It's going to be tough because Fallout's going to occupy my time. But I know I'm going to want to get Call of Duty.
And starting in November, VGB is going to be taking a hiatus because everyone's going to be playing Fallout.
It's like, hey, you want to do the podcast?
Let's do the stream.
Do the podcast.
I'm going to fight a Deathclaw in a minute. It's going to take some time.
I'm a little busy.
Next one on the list, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
See, that's okay. That might come out in November.
There's another one there.
That's gonna be tough.
Oh man, that game.
I have actually seen the trailer for that one.
You haven't?
You haven't seen it?
No, I have
seen
not.
Gameplay and stuff.
It's pretty dope.
I've never really been a Tomb Raider fan. No, and I know it's on sale.
Play the first one.
Play the first one.
And I shouldn't say first one. Play
the one,
remake.
The remake. Yeah,
It's
I know what you
it's really really good.
It's on. Is it on the Steam sale? Is Steam sale even going still?
Steam sale's done.
Damn it.
Yeah.
But I know Square Enix always does like sales out of the blue. I've seen it multiple times.
Go pick up your Xbox One now and then get it.
It's toughy.
You're gonna get it anyway.
I am gonna get it. Like
you
literally,
might as well.
Literally, I have like the money and everything now. Like,
bro, what are you waiting for?
I'm waiting.
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting on Fallout 4. That's what I'm waiting.
You're gonna wait until the game comes out.
You can play Batman right now, man.
Could I?
What
You could.
What are you doing?
Could I?
I showed you that thing where you buy an Xbox. It's a 1 terabyte, and you get a free game.
Yeah.
And one of them was the new Batman. And this fool does not want to do it.
It's killer because I have a 500 gig Xbox and I had to go buy a terabyte external hard drive.
I was about to buy like a 5 terabyte external because I'm done with 500 gigs right now.
That's crazy that you guys are done
and I've
with
literally
that. How many
only
games do you
downloaded
own?
the free games, and I probably have like maybe 4 or 5 of them installed.
Yeah.
At 50 gigs a piece. Like what?
They're huge games.
That's craziness. Yeah. That is freaking crazy.
And I don't know if it's because they're early games and maybe they just don't know a way to compress it or something. So those memory things are just filled up.
All right, next one. Of course, if you knew Rock Band's coming out, Guitar Hero had to come out too. Direct competitor type of deal. Guitar Hero Live is coming out, of course, for your Xbox One, PS4, 360, Wii, PS3. It's doing everything. I don't know what the difference is on this one. It says Rock Band is returning, so naturally it's going to be a battle between the bands again. Guitar Hero Live mounting a comeback as well, except it won't be a full band, but just a return to the guitar roots. Oh, well, there you go, right there.
Oh, so they're going back to the guitar roots.
Just guitar.
It says, and even that's changed. The guitar now has 6 buttons, 2 stacked rows, 3 across. An in-game note lane altered as a result. Also set against the live video crowds reacting to every action. Live video crowds? That's what I want to know. So what? It's
probably pre-recorded stuff.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Sounds like a big step
forward.
So I was about to say, is it like really people that
they can go on
concert? They're periscoping.
You're right. Because I'm like, if it's gonna be like actual live people, it's gonna be a lot of people just dick shots.
You suck.
Just standing up.
It's was it Teen Wolf? The guy in the stands, penis hanging out.
This is going to be a whole bunch of dick shots. That's all it's going to be. Another one that I'm not really excited for because, of course, it's just a musical band. Did anybody in the chat say anything about any of these upcoming games?
Let's see. They want Call of Duty to crawl into a dark corner and die.
How dare you?
I'm kind of feeling them though.
Triax is,
but I kind of feel them because, like I'm saying, the Maddenization of video games is terrible.
But see, the thing with like,
I understand
why I can tolerate it is because of that 3-year difference.
Yeah, I understand the developer difference.
I really like Treyarch's Call of Duties.
I understand the developer difference, but it's still, I don't know. It's that taste of it's a Call of Duty again. Like it's another Call of Duty. It's another Call of Duty.
I can see that.
It's tough.
I'm still gonna buy it though.
Next one. Oh yeah, they got any more? What else?
No, I was to say we've hit the hour mark. I don't know if we want to close it out for our audio friends, or we're gonna give them an extra long show tonight.
Let's hit up.
Just do an extra long show.
Couple more of these for our audio people. We might split up the list. Do some next? Which one? This is a long freaking list, and they're all games that
we can talk for days.
Yeah, we can talk for days about this game.
Peaches, I can eat a peach for hours.
Next game on the list, so we'll do like 3 more. Next game on the list, Just Cause 3. Anybody play Just Cause 2? Because I did not.
No. It's been in so many movies. I don't know. What movie is it from?
Face Off.
Terrible.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I think you meant the actor has been in so many damn movies because he has been in so many
He's Bangkok dangerous. Right?
Yeah.
So Just Cause 3, look, we love Grand Theft Auto. And Sunset Overdrive was in. But there's no open world series as wildly, ridiculously fun as Just Cause. We're excited to pull out the grappling hook and parachute with Rico Rodriguez once more.
Woo!
Just
He's
Cause
not
3.
even Mexican. He's like some island weird race that they made up for the game.
Just Cause 1, when I played Just Cause 1, you would literally sometimes get stranded in the middle of nowhere with stuff and have to run for a long distance, and it pissed me off. Like, no vehicles around you.
And that's probably why they put a lot of vehicles,
yes.
a wingsuit, a grappling hook,
yeah,
and a parachute. I think I said parachute already.
Mediterranean islands are going to be on this one, I guess.
Jerry said Dr. House? Question mark.
Terrible. What else we got on here? Not one of my favorites, but I guess people are apparently excited for this one. Mighty Number 9, a.k.a. Mega Man. That's another one people are excited for. Halo 5 Guardians.
Yep.
You gonna buy that one day one, Webb?
Yes, I am. Day one, I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I almost never buy games day one.
That's a good, smart move.
Because I value my money.
Exactly.
and my time.
If you value your money out there, you should definitely wait 30 days.
30 days, that's
and then
a bit
get your
long.
money back.
Yeah.
Wait 30 days, price drop, boom, get your money. Get it all ready to give up and
In
buy
bottle
it.
caps.
Unless this is what, when you start seeing, like, if you look around line and you see, like, you just get this crazy buzz of just people like, oh my god, this game is amazing.
God, Guardians is
Yeah.
better than
Then
Halo
yes,
1.
but if it's very like low key and maybe you see one or two sites like, oh yeah, it's a good game, 7 out of, temper yourself and then go for it. Says Microsoft has Halo Master Chief Collection to tide over the series with the updates, with HD updates, existing core entries, but the Atrium, that is not even the word, Aaron. But this autumn is when the first-person sensation makes a true gen leap. The multiplayer beta test introduced some major tweaks in the competitive formula, which seemed to go over well. Made it into Call of Duty, in my opinion. If you look at the freaking testing for that multiplayer, it literally is Call of Duty.
Oh, for
the Halo. Yes.
And that's why I'm excited. I like Iron Sights, that's all.
Halo 5's new engine is running at a cool, crisp 60 frames per second. It's probably going to be a definitely, popular game. Comes out October, and you're going to have so much coverage on this game. It's going to be ridiculous. So, get ready for Call of Halo 5.
Call of Halo.
That's going to be...
Guardians Leviosa.
And then we will end it up on this one here. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Menace. The Phantom Pain.
You can't see my boner right now.
And that's a good
but
thing.
But it's fully erect.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
That couch cushion is yours now. You can take that home with you.
I'm gonna take liberties and
terrible. The
Fantastic Four all over it.
The Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero provided an underwhelming start to the next MGS rollout.
Yes.
You bought that one, right?
Yes, I did.
A very expensive extended demo, if you will. That's what they call it.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
I was actually upset. That the game's not bad. It's just it should not have been that price.
How much was it?
It was like 30 or $40. I'll say it's 40. Yeah, and it was like you could literally beat it in, an hour.
Story
if
of my
you
life.
really went super fast. Probably like 30 minutes.
Says the full game looks downright jaw-dropping. No surprise considering the seminal stealth action series pedigree, but still the footage from the free roaming exploration and combat, along with wild new tactics and typically good storytelling, has us thrilled for its debut September 1st.
Yes.
You gonna buy that one day one?
I already have that.
Because you're already you're an
MG
fan.
That's a given.
Webb, what do you think about the MG Phantom Menace?
I
episode
don't think
1.
I've ever played any of the Metal Gear.
Yeah,
games.
see, I'm on the same boat.
Do you even game, bro?
Great.
Wow. Okay.
Jesus,
terrible,
man.
Well, that was
not
what's
even
terrible
half. Is your gaming career. That's what's terrible. You're stuck in Halo.
Until I started hanging out with you guys, my gaming, quote unquote, gaming friends were limited to playing Call of Duty and Nope, that was about it. Call of Duty. So,
Wow.
you guys are spreading my palate.
Gross. And to end it on that one, definitely, we are going to wrap it up on that one. Next week, we will attempt to complete the full list of more anticipated games. Maybe I'll just throw it in as a segment in between something else, just to kind of give some variety.
Maybe you can talk about my Spider-Man MCU idea. Yeah.
All right, we'll think about that when we do that. For the real David Webb, Steven Gutierrez, I'm Sir Aaron Carter saying, have a great 2015. And that's the end of the audio version for the Twitch people.
For people twitching in their homes.
I don't even know what I got for you. I got nothing for you. Literally
you
have
get
nothing for you.
You get us.
We can talk about my Spider-Man idea.
We can talk about your Spider-Man idea. Yeah. And if they have any questions in the chat rooms about things that we've seen, saw, heard, tasted, smelled, go ahead and shoot them out.
Open forum, folks.
Open forum.
Open.
You have a Spider-Man idea?
David's already spread out for you. I think that, because they're going to do Spider-Man 17 or something?
Yeah.
For the new movie?
The new movie. They need to do the Spider-Verse.
They won't do that crap.
They need to do the Spider-Verse, right?
Uh-huh.
So then they, for the Spider-Verse, they bring back Tobey Maguire and, what's his name? I forgot the kid's name.
Oh,
we'll say Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, it's not Jake Gyllenhaal.
He was the Prince of Persia.
We bring them back, right? Just not as main characters,
Andrew Garfield.
but that's a way to connect. This
is
is
Spider-Verse guys.
They're Spider-Verse guys, and then you go and you add
Garfield, right?
Emma Stone as Spider-Gwen.
Wow.
And then, because then her and Andrew Garfield, that's his name, can have their whole little moments.
That'd be interesting. So, are you saying Garfield is? Oh no, okay, no, I get what you mean. Yeah,
because in his universe, she died. Just use Emma Stone's character from that in a different universe and bring her in.
Because she was a good Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, and then that's how you tie it up. Because so many people are complaining, why do we have all these different Spider-Man reboots? It's kind
smart.
of a way to make fun of it and kind of use those actors. Like, hey,
they'd
I'm
have
Peter
to do
Parker
it fast
from
before everybody gets old.
Yeah, they do. That's the problem.
Because Tobey Maguire is going to start collecting Social Security.
It's the perfect thing to kind of rope it all together.
Or they could CG the crap out of people's faces like they did with Patrick Stewart in the X-Men.
It's Spider-Man.
movie.
Keep him a mask. Do a voiceover for all I care. Whatever.
They got to take it off once in a while.
Okay, halfway, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's
Tobey
Spider-Man.
Maguire's all fat and old.
You can kill him for all you want. He can be the worn veteran. I've been Spider-Man for 30 years.
Spider-Man for 30 years.
You've been Spider-Man for 2 months.
The retirement plan sucks.
Little bastard. Yeah, Bat Fancy, he's down. It's not bad.
That isn't bad. No, I like the idea.
Bring in the verse. Start killing people. Bring in the fan favorites. Spider-Punk. I like the Indian Spider-Man because he looks like the Prince of Persia.
He does look like the
bring in the little pig and just CG the shit out of him like he did Rocket Raccoon, because people love Rocket.
Yeah, people
will love Spider Pig or Peter Porker.
But who does it? Does Sony do it or Marvel do it?
Have Marvel do it. Sony, if they're not going to give up the license by then, whatever, do it. But it'd be the perfect way to do it, because comic book fans that know the Spider-Man universe and Spider-Verse storyline will get a kick out of it. You don't even have to get all these other actors to kill them off, because half of the Spider-Verse was killed off in the comic book.
Yeah, they killed a lot of them. This goes back to what we were talking about last night too. Because have you seen that article where there was like prerequisites for what Spider-Man had to be?
Oh,
yeah, but that was coming from
white.
Sony.
He had to be Peter Parker.
Had to be. From
Was that real or was that?
No, that was real. That was from Sony.
Yeah, that was
super racist. And then you can add Miles Morales.
Yeah,
perfect way to introduce Miles.
Abby Arts wants Jada Smith.
Jada Smith?
Jada Smith?
Jada Smith should definitely not be
Spider-Ham. There you go.
What's his name?
Jaden.
I think that's what they meant. Jaden Smith.
No, Jaden's going to be Static. That's what I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be Static Shock, which is fine. I think he can play Static.
I still think that, what's his name? Childish Gambino would be good. Miles Morales.
He's too old now. He's short still, and he's got he looks young.
He was
he looks young.
Beginning Community.
Yeah.
He could pull it off, but now he's all like rugged. I've seen some things.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he can. Yeah.
Old man Miles.
Old man Miles.
I don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe
he could be the Prowler now because he's.
Yeah.
He could be the uncle. Yeah, he could do
bastard.
that. But I don't. Yeah. So we were talking about last night about the characters. Now everybody and people want. Oh, make this person Hindu now. I want the Hindu people represented in freaking.
I understand what did you see what Stan Lee wrote?
Yeah. I'm fully all
and
back
it makes
Stan
sense.
Lee.
But what's funny is Michelle Rodriguez said that same thing, but in a different way.
Yeah, she said it weird though. That's why
she said it weird. Yeah, but it's the exact same concept. It's like we don't need to change these heroes. Let's just make heroes that.
But that's the thing too.
Popular.
You don't even need to make them; they're already made. There are so many diverse, and that was my key thing last night in the whole argument. The Spider-Verse. Look how many different Spider-Men there are that you could.
Spider-Punks from London?
Yeah, they got a London Spider-Man. They got an Indian Spider-Man,
Chinese mech Spider-Man.
Yeah, like
from the old school show.
There's a whole bunch of freaking
Japanese.
There's a whole bunch of freaking different Spider-Men, and I'm like. That's a perfect example. To me, I was saying the people that argue there needs to be more diversity in comic books and in this stuff are the people that don't know about comic books.
Yeah, I can see
because there's so much diversity. If black, white, Asian, straight, gay, freaking alien, human, like there's so much there. If there's something out there on this planet, I bet you it's represented in the comic books in some form or fashion. It may not be these. The forefront person, the Superman, the Batman, the Hulk, the Iron Man, but
we have power over that as fans.
But we do, yeah.
I mean, they have power in it to kind of push it more. And
if you want to see, like, I still disagree with their choice to have Human Torch a black guy. Like, it just seems like one of those things. Like, oh well, we need to be modern now. He needs to reflect, but that's not his character wasn't. It's not from our time.
Would you accepted it if they would have kept? They just said he was adopted.
No.
Instead, no.
That's not
still
him.
Johnny Storm.
He is Johnny Storm, Sue Storm's little brother. They are brother and sister because that's their
because it's still
blood tie.
Technically. Oh, okay. So does the blood have anything to do with?
No, it has nothing to do with the intertwining of the story, but.
But it's changing the story when it doesn't need to be changed. It's changing the story when it's. To me, it sounds like you're telling me that story wasn't good enough on its own. Yeah.
What if the actor was just that good enough to play that character?
Then he's good enough to play another character.
When I watched this,
I'm not.
I don't know. You're playing. I understand. Yeah, it's a good thing.
That's good. Yeah.
But I'm saying then when I watch this Fantastic Four movie, I better forget that's. A black guy in Johnny Storm's body. That's what
he needs to just be.
And look, so Batfan 916. We met at a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
This is the brother, right?
Yeah.
This is two black people saying this.
Okay, so keep your comics pure. Is that what you're saying? You're racist?
Keep our white comics pure.
So you've brought it up, and he's seconded the motion.
Exactly. So, now the black delegation.
You guys are good.
The black delegation.
Yeah, we have.
What is it from 30 Rock? What is it? Secret Society.
Oh,
yeah, Oprah and Bill.
And Bill Cosby.
Yeah, and it's just the way it is. Like you don't want to see. So if you're taking liberties with that. Like, what's the next liberty you're going to do? Like I said the other night,
clearly
is Tom Cruise going to be Black Panther now? Is that what's going to happen? He's the Prince of Wakanda?
If he can pull it
That's what's going on?
He was a samurai in Japan, Aaron.
He
can take it.
Okay, so if... And then let's go off to the other things. What if we don't... since, his race doesn't matter to his powers or his storyline or anything like that, then we're just interchanging every single person. So War Machine, white guy now. Falcon, Asian dude now. Like it's just
look at then what's your because Nick Fury was
Nick Fury's another one. Yeah, Nick Fury's another one.
They changed him to a black guy, which I personally think is better. Because white Nick Fury I could care less.
Nick Fury when they changed him in the Ultimate Universe,
to me, he needs to be the standard in all the universes.
They retro did his story, right?
Like
they have a storyline in there where Nick Fury, white, has a black son.
Black Fury.
And eventually he grows up and they change his name, or he changes his name to Nick Fury Jr.
Oh, really?
And he
okay.
shaves his head and he gets the eye. He loses an eye and everything, and he becomes Nick Fury. And that's what Sam Jackson. That's what they theorize Sam Jackson is, Nick Fury Jr.
Are you pointing at my poster?
I was pointing at his poster behind him. You got to go see it. I watched it online and I didn't know anything about this story of the white Nick Fury having a black son.
But is it okay? So is that a bad thing in your eyes, or
no? That to me that almost says that is a very creative way of saying we didn't just switch him from white to black. This guy isn't even Nick Fury that you think it is.
The original. He's
Nick Fury Jr.
No, that's smart.
He's his son. Yeah.
Okay, I will accept that.
And I'm like, that's
it's
called, Bad Fan says the story is called Battle Scars about Nick Fury's son.
Okay.
Go check that out. Battle Scars. I literally just learned about it. I don't know 100% about it, but when I saw that.
Fan just said that.
Yeah.
He also said he was changed in the Ultimate Universe and he did so well in the main universe they put him in.
So, just for the record, I'm coining the term Falcon America.
Falcon America, yeah.
So, the Falcon is Captain America. I'm coining that right now.
Because that's the new Avengers.
Spread it. Hashtag Falcon America.
Bad Fan says it's actual genius retcon. Like that's a smart way of writing that. That's definitely a smart way. Now you can't. There's no argument against it. Like that's his son. That's not Nick Fury anymore. That's his son. So when you put him in movies, you could just be like, that's not Nick Fury anymore. That's Nick Fury Jr. But they have the same name, so you can call him Nick Fury. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's a black kid now. And I was like,
adopted Johnny Storm can't be.
Then where's Johnny Storm? Like I said, there's still that same.
His name is Johnny.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Him,
but there's
he changed his name to Storm.
That's
replacing.
That's
changing the storyline.
Yeah, that's changing the storyline. That's replacing. They didn't change Nick Fury. There's a white Nick Fury.
Yeah,
that's him. He has a son with the exact same name. He lost the eye because the enemy that they were going against took his eye and was like, "You should be like your father."
It's just a single.
Then write that in.
Family with a single parent.
Right.
They adopt a child. They can't have kids anymore. But
do you see what I'm saying? Where's the original Johnny Storm?
Yeah.
You don't need an original.
So when you ask
you just change how he was born.
When you
instead of born,
but that's changing the story.
That's changing the story. Then with Nick Fury, you didn't change the story.
Right.
You added on something.
Yeah, I guess.
And you could still be like, "Where's the original Nick Fury?"
You added on is that he was adopted instead of wow. Yes,
I'm so glad that the camera is.
The camera
pointing
can't see that, but I made a hump gesture and then a baby shooting at a vagina gesture.
Devious Furball says, "How about female Thor? How do they explain that? Female Thor wasn't
worthy.
It was just a worthy. What's her name?
It's Jane Foster.
Jane Foster. Yeah,
who's dying of cancer.
Because it's the hammer that makes Thor. Thor is not his name. Thor is a title.
They haven't changed anything. You know, that guy that was Thor. He just didn't have. He doesn't have the hammer anymore.
He was still Thor, I thought.
Oh well, yeah.
They both
Thor.
Thors.
He doesn't. He has an axe.
It's a title.
Yeah, he had an axe.
Yeah.
He didn't have Mjolnir anymore.
He doesn't have. Okay.
No, because
she had it.
I didn't see the comic, but I know they said they're both Thor.
Yeah.
They call them both Thor.
Yeah. See,
I think it's kind of like an honorary thing though, because what I read was Thor is a title.
Why did it switch? How come he's not worthy anymore?
It was a story arc. Batfan just said it in the chat called Original Sin. That's when he became unworthy.
Did he soil his royal oats?
I didn't read that one. Only original sin that I think I saw was the one between Tony Stark and the Hulk, where you find out that Tony messed with something during the Gamma Bomb, which caused him to kind of become the Hulk type of deal.
Tony did it?
Yeah. So
when did they do that?
I saw it on Comic Storian. It was like a retcon thing where Batfan will probably know. I promise you, because he seems to be on top of all this stuff.
Yeah, he was pretty quick.
Said he's called Odin's son now.
Oh, they call him Odin's? Damn, they didn't even get him Jeffrey of Odin.
Well, no, because
they just Odin's son. Hey, you're Odin's son.
Because
Batfan,
he was called Thor Odinson.
Like,
and then now they just call him Odinson.
Yeah, see, Batfan. Oh, Tony technically made Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
that's canon now? Like
I don't know if they make everything is about to be wiped out anyway, Secret Wars. But yeah, that was Original Sin was kind of a lot of different, stuff. The Original Sin was pretty good.
Tyrese does not need to be
Abiyard says didn't know Tyrese is rumored to be Jon Stewart.
I know he really wants it though.
Yeah, but do you really want Fast and the Furious Tyrese in Jon Stewart?
Hungry.
Yeah.
Let me use my Green Lantern.
If he shocks the world and comes out and plays something other than Transformers Tyrese, Baby Boy Tyrese,
he doesn't.
Fast and the Furious Tyrese, you tell me how
Transformers
any
Tyrese
three of those
Jon
characters.
Stewart is very like stone.
From what we've seen, I don't know what he's like in the comic books. But from the cartoon,
I'm going from cartoon.
He's like he's like military-esque feeling.
So I don't see Tyrese playing that character.
I don't,
and I know he was in a military movie. I didn't see that movie.
Yeah, but they've done.
He got into a fight in that one too with him and Franco. Yeah, they don't like each other. They don't work with each other anymore.
But it's not like they haven't taken liberties with the Green Lantern before. So.
Yeah, they did.
But see, the Green Lantern is another one of those heroes that shows the diversity in comic books. If you got the Spider-Verse, Green Lantern, is the equivalent. First of all, anybody can be a Green Lantern.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you are. And then they've had multiple Green Lanterns. Kyle Rayner, I think, is Latin. You have
Kyle Rayner's Latin?
Yeah. I don't think he's not just a white dude.
Well, the name
you got Guy Gardner and Guy Gardner, Alan Scott, and
Guy Gardner's the one they hate, right?
He's the kind of the.
That's the one they hate.
Yeah,
right?
it's not the. He's a Red Lantern now, but.
He's a Red Lantern now.
Yeah,
because they hated him so much.
What was the Bat fan? I know you know who's the. What is Kyle Rayner? What race is he? Because I know he's not just a straight white boy. I could have swore he's something different.
He can't be a Latin.
They throw a little bit of spice in him.
Like a Latino, not Latin. Latin's a dead language.
Hal Jordan, of course. You got your, he's the all-American white guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they have the Middle Eastern Green Lantern guy.
They have a Middle Eastern guy now?
Yeah. Bat fan.
Just 3.
Who's the Middle Eastern Green Lantern guy now? Because he was one of the latest ones.
I am Prince Jim,
the Black Panther. Yeah, because
what is who?
Devious
Prince Jim.
Devious
Black 2 green, 2 lantern, Abby Arts.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
That's exactly what it would be.
2 green, 2 lantern.
Did you stop recording already, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just the stream.
Shit.
I know that's too bad too because it's really good.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can get it off the stream if anything. Jon Stewart is black. Rayner is Latin. See, I told you. Guy Gardner is Irish. Hal Jordan is white. Simon Baz, that's his name, is the Middle Eastern Green Lantern now.
Baz? Is he Baz ass?
He uses a gun, which is stupid.
Like a gun and
like
a
pistol and a ring.
Does he like
dumbest looking
them
thing
together? Or?
I haven't seen what he used it, but in his little picture that I saw, he has a pistol, and I was like, "You have one of the most powerful weapons in the galaxy, and you use a pistol?
Yeah.
You can make 70 guns, with the thought."
That's when things get really nasty.
That's when he has to charge his ring again.
Lantern.
Yeah.
I don't know who Jessica Cruz is. She's Hispanic, he says. I haven't seen her.
Yeah.
The newest one, yeah. So, that literally shows you do not need to make, from scratch, just like these brand new.
Oh, are you sure we're in Roseville? Gunshots going off?
You do not need to make from scratch these brand new things. People don't need to be upset about these. They have just so many varieties. Just focus on their stories. And they have awesome stories out there, too. Yeah.
It's what the fanboys want. People would get upset over a Miles Morales storyline because nobody knows about
what.
That's not a comic book.
See, but Marvel does it kind of smart too, because with their kids shows and stuff like that, like the Amazing Spider, they've been introducing these people,
which is because it's for the new age. They're trying to adapt and change.
So that way,
I'm fine with because Glover's
doing the voice of it. He did the voice.
Was awesome with I forgot the kid from Drake and Josh. It was a good mix.
And so by the time
Drake Bell,
10 years now,
I didn't know his last name. I knew
when the kids are older and they're like, "Oh, we're releasing a Miles Morales movie,"
they recognize.
They're like,
Miles.
"Oh crap, that was the dude from the old Disney XD one." Yeah,
because right now for us, they're releasing a Spider-Man, and it's like, "Oh crap, it's Peter Parker from the old Amazing Spider-Man movie or cartoon."
And you know what's crazy is they did a Deadpool in that cartoon.
Yeah, they did.
They did?
They did a weweird story for his background,
I remember that.
His thing, like, he was...
The Amazing Spider-Man?
He was still goofy, but he didn't have the bad words.
He was the PG rated.
He was PG, but my nephew, like, lost his shit over Deadpool. He came and was, like, quoting like, lines from the show because he loved it.
The one from Fox?
No.
This is the XD, the Disney XD.
Oh, the
one.
Disney one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They brought him in. They had him fighting Spider-Man, and he broke the fourth wall type of thing.
Yeah,
he
did
all the
thing.
time.
Well, in that Spider-Man, he breaks the fourth wall too.
Yeah.
So like it mixed in perfect, and like it's kind of it's going on to these kids. The new age audience, and it's like they know these characters. Like growing up, I didn't know who the hell Deadpool was.
Yeah,
and I didn't find out until Deadpool until like later, like on when I was like maybe 16 or something.
I didn't know until Wolverine.
Yeah,
movie.
So I mean, that's crazy. But now they're starting to throw so with like Inhumans and Guardians of the Galaxy, like I wasn't familiar with Guardians until I saw the movie. I knew of them, and I've seen like some stuff from the old cartoons, but I didn't remember it. And then when Guardians came out, it's like it's a whole new universe that I would like to explore.
Wait, Inhumans and
Guardians of the Galaxy, sorry, not Inhumans. Okay. But now they're gonna do that with Inhumans.
I only knew about Groot and Rocket Raccoon before the movies really came out.
Star-Lord?
Really?
Like,
I didn't really know too much about Star-Lord, Gamora, or Drax.
I wikied them.
Well, yeah, I wikied them eventually. But
I think
like,
after the movie, I had to wiki them. I didn't know any of them.
Off of general knowledge, it was just Rocket Raccoon and
Racket.
Yeah, Racket Raccoon.
Who's he causes a racket.
Yeah, he and then Groot. Yeah, that was only two that I really knew because they were kind of like the popular, ones of anything. So they kind of bled into other stuff.
Target these kids, man. That's how you change it.
Ultimate Spider-Man is doing it because Ultimate Spider-Man
die off. So
they also introduced like the Luke Cage. They also introduced Nova.
Yeah,
and like they're like steady characters in that Spider-Man series.
The White Tiger, I think
that chick, like
she's somebody now. I think because I don't know if she was created for that show.
No, she's
but
been
I've
around.
never
She's
heard of her at all on the radar.
Who was it?
Anything? I think her name's like White Tigress or something like that.
Yeah,
Tigress or something. Like that.
Abba Yarts actually has a pretty good idea that kind of piggybacks off of yours with the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
He said Fox, Sony, and Marvel should team up to do a Secret Wars movie.
That would be pretty good. I mean, I'm not sure too much about the Secret Wars.
Secret Wars, literally, but
it's just a reset.
Think about it, it's just a chalkboard, and they're just put every single character's name on there. Let's wipe it all out, and then we'll write the new stuff again.
That's fine.
So that would be a good way. Say Marvel buys all their properties back.
That's the perfect way to integrate.
They just boom.
That's why my idea with the Spider-Verse works so well. And then, say you kill off certain characters in certain movies. I will not spoil anything. You can probably bring them back with the Spider-Verse because Spider-Verse kind of resets some stuff too, like post-Civil War and in the comic books, if I'm not mistaken. I know, like, because of the Spider-Verse, Peter Parker, I think ended up going back and not being married to...
Yeah, he had to remarry or something like that. Yeah.
So I mean, you can kind of reset the timeline with those type of stories. Bring back a certain somebody that's fast.
And you're not gonna be able to. That was stupid. That was
you can change certain things that you messed up or events that set in motion other things.
Yeah.
I was telling them about that, how it should have ended. Show. Did you see that for the Avengers 2?
He just moved stuff.
He moved the bullets out of the way, and then he when they showed Magneto crush Ultron, he's like, "I'm your father." It was called mutants. He flies away. I was like, yeah, that's exactly how it should have ended. I don't know. They're saying in the chat room.
Thanks, Hollow Monkey.
What?
Hashtag
Steven on the live show. Awesome. You have not been on the live show before?
I've been on a live show a couple times, but they haven't got their double dose.
I don't.
Steven in a long time.
I have no idea. They said earlier they want to see a Miss Marvel movie, which of course is going to be.
It depends on who plays her.
I don't know too much about Miss Marvel besides what I saw on.
She just got to be hot.
They're.
Is it?
Carol never mind. I'm thinking of
Carol Danvers is.
Yeah, it's her.
Marvel, okay.
Yeah, they are making one, aren't they?
Yeah, they're making one.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to be...
That's the thing. What do you start? Do you get somebody younger? Can you get somebody like Charlize Theron who's kind of in her 40s now? Or where would you do it? Is what I'm trying to ask you guys. Like, where would you just get somebody?
She's got to be
new, young,
she's got to be 27 to 30. That's
in the 30 range.
Yeah, 30 range is perfect for any of the new introducing superheroes.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you got a 10-year span before you're like, all right, they're getting a little bit old, and then I think you got another good 5
reboot.
years out of them, and then you can reboot.
Go with the Indian Miss Marvel, the Khan, I forgot her name.
Indian Miss Marvel.
She's the new one.
Bat fan. Indian Miss Marvel.
I don't know if she's Indian or something like that. She's like half.
Oh, you're talking about Kamala Khan. That's what Abba Yarsha said. I want to see Kamala Khan, the chick that she's an Inhuman.
Oh, really?
And she has the Miss Marvel thing, but she makes body parts grow like should be in Naruto or something.
She makes body parts grow.
Yeah.
So if you get your arm cut off, she's just like, here's a new arm.
No, not regrow. She makes them bigger.
Oh, she's Choji.
Yeah, she's Choji. Yes.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
Yeah, the little girl. Yeah, see, Bat fan.
Giant
Kamala
vagina
Khan.
lips.
But she's an Inhuman. She's an Inhuman.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's what she was.
That's awesome because now you're taking Inhumans and giving them other titles and actual things that.
I don't know if she's actual. Batman will have to correct me on this one, but I don't know if she's actually Miss Marvel. She just takes that. That's one of the people she looks up to. And so she's just I want to be like that.
Well, we know that the Miss Marvel movie is going to be Carol Danvers.
Yeah, it's going to be Carol Danvers.
It's not going to be...
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about, just like later on.
Later on down.
Yeah.
And she's Pakistani.
Yeah. And it was...
So many things. And what I saw on hers, because they did it on Comic Historian. That's where I watched hers. She's got her family is all Pakistani type of strict and religious or whatever. They have those they put all that stuff in these comic books what
are the cultural differences?
Yeah, the cultural differences in the comic books, and it's to me it's awesome, and I don't understand why they don't just transfer that type of stuff to the movies.
Special cases. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Chris Evans is gonna make it to Infinity Wars.
He'll get shot.
In this next movie, I'm pretty sure he's sniped. That's
really?
Just the theory. I'm calling it. I don't know if that's true or not.
At the end of
don't quote me, boy.
So you think it's going to be
but I
what's
think,
his face?
I think it's going to go with Falcon America.
Falcon.
I think they're going to go
because
I don't think they'll go Winter Soldier.
I saw the Photoshop mock-up of how they did what's his name in actual Falcon America, and it does look good. Whoever created that, it does look good, but I don't think that's the route they're going to go. I think they're going to Winter Soldier.
You think they're going to go Winter Soldier?
He's going to get his memory back, and he'll be Winter America. That's what it'll be. Yep.
It's going to be Winter Soldier that pulls the trigger and kills him. Then he's going to get his memories back, be torn by it, and then it's Falcon America. Hashtag.
Oh,
Falcon America.
We have Abby Yart said Kamala took the mantle from Carol. So she is Miss Marvel.
So there you go.
Bad Fan says she's a super fan of Captain Marvel, so when she got her power, she took up the mantle of her idol. Yeah, you can watch that too on Comic Story, and they got the whole thing on there.
They're so good. I watched that
how she sneaks out and goes to the party, and then that's when the gas hits her, and
she's like,
or there was a strange fog around.
Does she fly still?
I don't think she flies. I think she just
runs around. I'm Miss Marvel.
She has the big hand, she can. And then I think she can transform or something like that.
Like her face, the faceless men.
I just remember she
I'm a man now.
She got shot, and she transformed, and it healed her or something like that. She can transform into the superhero, transform out of the superhero mode. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bat fan. I know you saw it. So
she gets shot as Miss Marvel, okay, and she's bleeding out, so she transforms back into whoever. If she goes back to Miss Marvel, is she going to die? Does the wound come back?
I don't know.
It's just the bullets just lodged in her lung.
I don't know.
Would you retire if that's killing you slowly? Would you just never be a hero?
Killing
might as well
slowly.
not be. I remember
Iron Man didn't.
Yeah,
well, yeah, he just
He
Iron
figured it
Man
out.
himself, something that
He Iron Man'd himself.
from going to his chest.
The future is definitely bright for the Marvel side. As for the DC, I don't know what the hell they're going to do. There's rumor that Ben Affleck is going to direct the next standalone Batman movie.
Believe it or not, he's a good director.
Yeah, good director. That's fine.
There's nothing wrong with...
But how is he as Batman? And then what is the timeline? I still don't have this answered.
Gordon's dead.
What is this timeline? Is this old Batman?
This is old Batman.
So then how do
this
you...
is I've already been established in this world, Batman.
How do you move forward?
You're trying to fuck shit up.
How do you move forward?
Do you bleed?
In a Justice League movie with an old Batman.
DC
because then, Aaron,
doesn't
you just get his son and name him
Bruce
Wayne Jr. and then he takes the mantle from there. Aaron.
Wow.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Now it doesn't work for your Batman? But it works for your Nick Fury?
It could work. It could work.
But he's Latino. He is a Latino.
That's basically what they did with Nick Fury. He had a black woman, apparently, that had a black Nick Fury son. Jamal Fury came out of nowhere. It was like, hey,
change your name Nick.
No, my name's gonna be Nick. That's what it is.
Nicholas J. Fury. Jamal. That's what it stands for?
Yeah.
Nicholas
That's what the
Jamal
J stands
Fury.
for. Nicholas Jamal Fury. But no, I don't like that though. An old Batman in the Justice League. Superman's not gonna be old. Aquafina Man's not gonna be old.
Superman doesn't age, does he?
First of all,
He
Aquafina
ages,
Man
just
has
not like everybody else.
All right, I've seen the post.
The furious, devious furball says Sam Jackson is Batman.
I'd watch it.
Yeah,
I'd watch it.
Of these criminals ruining my city. Batarang.
Yeah, see, Obsolete said I think it's older Batman, and I don't want that.
He's salt and pepper.
And why are they gonna have another solo Batman movie? Why not just keep it the same Batman?
For the same reason the Spider-Man change.
No, okay, but they're trying to establish a Justice League movie, and they're trying their best to come up with some cohesive universe, and yet they're still going to swap out Batmans like their shoes.
They didn't build. Their problem was first they didn't build like they did.
No,
they
didn't.
That was the key to bringing it all together, is because you were able to map and plan out how you're going to do it, who's going to be a villain, storyline, and everything. They failed to do that. So now there's like, shit, we need something.
It's like rush to the finish type of
we
thing.
We throw this guy in. We got to get on this superhero trend now while it's hot, because who knows, 10 years from now, people are probably like, I'm tired of these Marvel movies. Or DC movies, hero movies.
So right now we have Batman vs Superman coming out. We have Ben Affleck as Batman.
Or Sam Jackson plays Superman and Batman according to Obsolete. Best fight ever.
So we have that coming out, okay?
Uh-huh.
And then Justice League is going to be based off of that Batman and that Superman.
That's
right.
That's what we're led to believe.
That's what we're led to believe. So then where is this other Batman going to come into play?
I don't know. I think he's directing himself, though. I think he's going to be Batman.
He's
directing. He's acting and
film,
directing.
Yeah. He's Clint Eastwood.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes.
Damn it, Ben! I told you to get to your mark.
I'm sorry, Ben. Forgive me, Matt Damon.
All the grips are back there. Like,
not for this. He's talking to himself.
It's fine if I wouldn't want the salt and pepper Batman. If they just dyed Ben's hair and been like, hey, you're gonna play Batman, then I'd be like, okay, you're Batman. Even though that chin gives him away every time. But it's Bruce Wayne, dude. Yeah. I see you. I understand. You got the chin going.
You have a butt chin. There's only like 5 people in this town with butt chins.
And your face is on every television. That butt chin, literally.
I've literally been going like this to every poster and blocking it out.
Nobody in Gotham City ever thought to look at Bruce Wayne and just cover.
You ever noticed that Batman and Bruce Wayne are never in the same room?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Bruce Wayne is Batman. I'm just saying.
What is it? It's like in Kick-Ass. And they did that in Kick-Ass. They're like, hey, have you ever noticed that whenever Kick-Ass is on TV, the other guy is gone? And then he's like, nah. And he changes the subject real quick. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, gosh.
Gotham, so if they're trying to do the Mad Dash in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
It's Mad Dash.
They seem there to be confident, of course, on the small screen because they're They're killing it with their shows.
They're killing it with the small screen, but they don't want no part of the small screen.
It's ridiculous.
No sense.
Absolutely
First of all,
no
they need
sense.
to get rid of Gotham. I don't care how good the show is.
Batman just said Gotham is rough.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of it.
Oh,
did
he mean the show or the city? Because I thought he meant the city, but maybe he meant the show. Yeah,
He meant
both.
Because CW or whatever, you need to give them
The CW.
They need to give them Batman, and so they can correct Arrow's like Batman storyline and just do it.
What do you mean? Like make Arrow more happy-go-lucky like he kind of is, and
Which they are.
Yeah, they
introduce
need
a
to.
Batman
They need to
now?
go into the Green Arrow arc and have him.
That's what's happening.
And bring in Batman as Batman, the dark and gritty.
Which
throw Batarang in your eye and
Here you go.
put you to sleep.
Which they could, because in the third season,
Fourth
season,
or
thank you,
something like that? Yeah.
something like that. The next season of Arrow is going to be more happy, campy.
So do this then. Half of that season, happy, campy, Green Arrow, where they finally give him that mantle of the Green Arrow is
Bring back the boxing glove.
But then you kind of imitate Daredevil Punisher thing, and you bring in Batman, who is all about the old way that Oliver took care of stuff, minus the killing.
Yeah.
But it's all about the interrogating like crazy, breaking bones when you need to break bones, going outside the big time outside the law.
Yeah.
You know, bring him in as the
because Batman will use a person as an actual not decoy, but bait.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then, like to where, because I saw a thing, I think it was for the Hush on Comic Storian. With the guy with the bandages.
Yeah.
And Batman had, I forgot who did it, but somebody threw Lois Lane out of a window because Superman was brainwashed by Ivy, and so that snapped Superman out of it. But he like threw her out of the window, like, oh, you're gonna whatever. He will save you.
Yeah.
I'm putting all my coins in this right here.
Wow.
But he just chucks her out of a window, and Superman does snap out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
but he put all this.
I don't see the Arrow doing something like that.
No.
And
not anymore now. Yeah.
Not anymore, yeah.
I used to be all for the TV Arrow. Like that was, I like the Arrow because I've seen a couple clips of the actual comic book Green Arrow. And I was for all the TV. But then I started watching Justice League Ultimate on Netflix. And just watched Unlimited, yeah. I just watched the first episode. And when the Green Arrow is like fighting the guys in the grocery store, and then he's like talking, and they teleport him to the Justice League headquarters, and he just kind of trails off. Like, what the hell happened? Like, where am I? And like, I kind of like that. I like that comedic.
Yeah, he was definitely more comical in that Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah.
And I remember when they were trying to recruit him, he was like, no, I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah,
you guys fight. You guys
right.
fight like giant things. I fight, who's going to watch out for the little guys.
Right.
And then, took like Batman to kind of give him the whole pep talk in there. He's like, those big guys, they step on those little people. So
I even like the
it was actually a pretty good episode for the Green Arrow, though.
Yeah,
that whole thing, because he eventually takes out like some major monster too, like with shooting like some like whatchamacallit cores into him or something like that. I can't remember, but it was actually a pretty good episode.
It's good, yeah. I like that Green Arrow. He kind of reminds me of sort of like a Peter Parker of the Marvel universe, or a Spider-Man of the Marvel universe, or DC universe, because he has that, because Spider-Man has that sarcastic, comedic, banter.
Which I don't see from the new Spider-Man that they cast.
See, I don't even know who he is.
So I'm a little bit biased.
Did he get surgery to get that mole removed on his chin?
He had a mole on his chin?
I think he did, because in some pictures you see it, in some pictures you don't.
It could just be
it could have helped his career.
No, because they actually just showed an interview with him. I don't know when this was.
Does he have a bandage on his face?
No, it was like years, a year or so ago, where they were talking to him, and they were talking to the actor, like, what type of roles do you want to do? And he was like, he said something to the effect of, I'd like to do a superhero role. And they were like, oh, maybe it's like Spider-Man. He's like, yeah, I could see myself doing like a Spider-Man in 10 years, like the reboot or something of it. Not knowing that a couple of years from now, you're going to actually be Spider-Man. Yeah. But he had the mole on his chin then. He had like the.
No, it's gone.
I think it's gone now. I think
they probably removed it. I mean, that's if
they
you
were
have
like,
the money.
if you're gonna be with Marvel, you're getting that thing.
Yeah,
he's like, was it Men in Tights? It's gonna move on his face.
Right. Yeah. Special Cases says bring back Blade into the Marvel movies. I think they're doing Netflix with them, aren't they?
Yeah.
I could have swore they just
See that, but that's a tough one because now you're introducing paranormal vampires and stuff. Like it's a little bit more out of the box. So it's I think it would be difficult to rope that in with like Daredevil.
Yeah.
But then I see what you mean. Supernatural with this kind of grounded.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit out of the norm. So far, it's been guns, violence, and just guys getting their ass whipped. So then, when you add the element of like something supernatural, it's a curveball. So you got to be careful with it. If they can do it well, go for it. Blade's an interesting character, and there's a lot more vampire.
Well, it can tie in
now
because he can tie into. Like Spider-Man, because they share a similar
Mobius,
Mobius and stuff like that, or Morbius, whatever his name is. But I can see what you mean, putting that world into the Daredevil.
It's a curveball.
It's like but they got to do it like DC did, how they slowly introduced superpowers into the Arrow type of thing. Yeah. Because in the beginning, you couldn't see a speedster. Did. Like, if you watch episode 1 of Arrow, you're like, there's no way a speedster's in this dang type of universe. Yeah.
Season 2, it's like, oh, shit, here you
go. You got to slowly kind of like, ease that idea in. And then...
All right, later, Abby.
Later, Abby Yards. And then you just got to slowly... Because they're going to have to put him in eventually, because Luke Cage is going to be a superpowered being whenever he comes with Daredevil.
Yeah, he's gonna be
stupid.
Well, so
bulletproof.
Is Jessica Jones, and are they doing the storyline where she loses?
Nah, I think they're gonna pick up right where she's already lost her powers, and they're gonna pick up from her.
That's gonna be weird because they're gonna already establish powers with her storyline.
Which is
her
definitely
storyline first?
No, her comic book.
Her stuff was first because they already picked the actress.
Her storyline is first, yeah, but Luke Cage is gonna be in her show. They've already got screenshots of both of them together in her show. But her comic book Alias,
with Jennifer Gardner,
it looks the same font. It looks like, but it's definitely different. They established that she once had powers, but she was never in anything before that comic book. So they just kind of was like, yeah, she had powers. She doesn't have it anymore, and now she's a private dick.
Private dick.
Yeah.
The chat is agreeing 100% with Blade not fitting into the current Marvel universe, and they're saying it's the same way that how an X-Men wouldn't really fit into the current Marvel universe.
But X-Men could probably
X-Men would now. X-Men would fit in. Yeah,
X-Men, they have the enhanced. They've established the enhanced now. So
you can even put it to where mutants have been. Think about it, if you can introduce them as this like new thing. They've been hiding this whole time.
Yeah.
And then finally somebody comes out, and now they're the black people of Marvel.
Enhanced seems like a placement name. It doesn't seem like...
We don't know what to deal with. So we're just calling it Enhanced.
It's a military label, pretty much, that they're just throwing on these...
And Iron Fist is another superpowered being.
Yeah.
So but his is a little bit more... Like... I don't want to say realistic because it's obviously superpowers, but it fits in that universe more, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm roping the whole thing in together because sooner or later it's gonna all tie in somehow.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
Defenders,
it's gonna. No, I'm talking about with the TV with movies.
Oh yeah.
Because they said it's all connected, and we've seen the pictures in the background of Attack of New York. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So Iron Fist kind of would, because they're going to do like the Doctor Strange stuff, and
which I can't wait to see that.
They already had the Guardians, so if they can get you with space and believing that these aliens are out there and existing in this same universe, superpowers is going to be no-brainer. But
the Guardians, with the Guardians, they're kind of far out. There really was no connection to an Earth type of thing. So like
that's true.
You wouldn't be like, oh well, Daredevil lives in the same universe as the Guardians because they're so far apart right now. You don't even
You're
really,
right. I didn't even think about that.
There was no connection because they never really went back. So if when they come back to all together, then it's going to see how well they do it bleeding it all together and stuff like that. And then what I'm even more interested in after Infinity Wars, is that the last movie? Infinity Wars Part 2?
I think so. That they have, yeah.
How do
I
you
think
go?
they have it planned out to 2028, but they've only released up to
18.
18, yeah. So they
How
still
do
have
you-
10 years after that we don't know about.
So after Infinity Wars, how do you go forward in this series with all the characters having this knowledge that our universe isn't Hell's Kitchen anymore? It's
something.
It's Thanos in a giant glove.
Well, see, I think it'll be the same way that they do in the comic books.
But see, it was different in the comic books.
That's still
though.
their jurisdiction stuff, right? They stick to.
But how do you go back to like with Iron Man? I like the way they handled Iron Man 3, where he started hyperventilating and have nervous attacks because he knows now it's not just New York.
Or
he saw a full.
He went through a wormhole.
Yeah, he went through a wormhole. He saw a full, Chitauri army, and it's like now the galaxy is crazy
it's
out
vast.
of what you thought you had under control now with I can fly around to Middle Eastern places and fix problems. It's way bigger than.
It's bigger than you.
Yeah,
it's
way
your
bigger
world.
than you. Yeah,
I like the idea of them fighting Thanos and then coming back to like Hell's Kitchen and
right, and just being
please.
like,
seriously,
Kingpin. Yeah,
I just beat Thanos. I don't have time for your crap.
It's a massive thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't see
Thanos is going to be an interesting character to see fight. I mean,
that fight is going to be crazy.
I never read or seen anything in the comic books, and I don't remember anything in the cartoons if they've had him. But his character seems like he'd be able just to rip Tony's suit off.
Yeah,
if he gets close enough. Yeah.
Like,
not like if he gets close, like Tony won't let him close enough, but like if they hand to hand,
like if he just boom.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
Bite your head off, Ozzy Osbourne, throw your body on the floor.
Okay, well, one down.
If you watch, what is the new Avengers cartoon that they've done?
Oh yeah.
They actually do a very good job with their storylines and stuff like that too. Kind of a soft way. I don't know how they beat Thanos once he gets all the gems and everything, because he does. I don't know how you beat somebody that has all power. But in the cartoon, they broke it down to where they needed him to use each stone by itself, and each Avenger had like their specialty type of thing. So
you kind of let him.
Yeah, like one of the gems he used to teleport around, but Hawkeye was able to predict kind of where he was and shoot before he got there to knock him off balance or whatever. The time one, he made everybody old. But Asgardians get stupid stronger when they get older. So when he kept making Thor old, he just got stronger and stronger until he was able to just knock him back. It was interesting the way
just smashed.
I can't remember how they did everything. Oh yeah, what are the heroes that Marvel has back that they're going to put on Netflix?
I know one's Blade for sure.
Yeah, no one's Blade. Was
Ghost
Ghost Rider
and Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider is going to be another interesting one.
That's going to, because you're dealing more with paranormal. So maybe you can do
Ghost Rider and
Blade.
Yeah, I could see that. I can't see Ghost Rider appearing in Infinity War, though.
Bring back Nick Cage. I'm the Ghost Rider.
I would hate that the
Declaration of Independence.
You know what? Going back to, we were talking about how the shows are all connected and stuff. I want to see, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We'll use that for example. I'm a big fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Almost lost me a couple times, but I'm a big fan. But I was talking to somebody at Nerd Reactor. I think it was Eddie, actually. It wasn't even... Yeah, it was Eddie. And we were talking about how Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is good, and it's good that they incorporate the MCU into it, but I want it to be... Like, I described it as... It's like a DVD extra. It's not important. Like, you can not watch the show
and you'd
be fine. But it's cool to see. I want it to be to where it's like, no, you need to watch the show because stuff in the show sets you up for what's happening in the movie.
So what do you think they can do then to actually make that type of...
I think it'd be harder to do that way, though, because then you'll get so many people lost, and I think people will stop watching your movies because of it. It's a good idea for comic book fans. Don't get me wrong.
But why would they stop? Why wouldn't they just start watching the show?
Because not everybody time. I mean, it's
if it was a Netflix thing, you think it'd be a little bit better?
Yeah, maybe
if it was on
like they dropped
Netflix, because then you
full
can watch
season.
it whenever you want. Yeah. Then it'd probably be
fine,
but it'd still probably be upsetting with because not everybody will keep up. Like for instance, I have like 20 shows that I'm trying to watch and constantly keep up to date
right
all the time, and it's hard. It
is. Yeah, I mean, it is difficult. So I think
by them doing like adding little tie-ins is great. I can see them doing the whole Defenders thing for Netflix that way, and introducing and using those characters all the time for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I can see them, adding those guys, or even, I mean, if we ever do see like Robert Downey Jr. make an appearance on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I can see them doing stuff like that. And
maybe, I mean, I would even settle for that.
Extra.
Have it be maybe not dependent, but have it be more integrated. I
mean, there's always referencing. They reference all the time. Look at Captain America when they had what's that guy? Sitwell, the Agent Sitwell. Right. He was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That was weird,
more than he was, and it was weird seeing him on the big screen.
Yeah, it was weird seeing him on the big screen. Is what I mean. Yeah.
But seeing his character develop in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then you see him get killed off in
the movie.
It's like okay, but.
And when he gets killed off in the show.
I mean, you have that, okay, I did see this character develop and then lose because he's obviously now he's a bad guy.
Then they need to do more of that.
They do need to do more of that, and I agree.
One of the coolest parts that I liked was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It wasn't the mid-season finale, but it was the episode right before Age of Ultron came out, and they raid the Hydra base. And at the end, Coulson is on the video conference call with Maria Hill, and he's like, "Okay, this is done. Riker's in, such and such. It's time to call in the Avengers." And then end episode, Age of Ultron picks up with the Avengers storming Riker's castle.
What information they got, right?
Yeah, they got
Baron Strucker's
location. Yeah. Exactly.
I didn't like the way they did Strucker in the movie, though.
Yeah,
they kind of just threw him under the bus.
He's not dead, right?
He's
gonna be the villain for Civil War.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, because I saw, spoiler alert, sorry, it's probably too late, but I saw this thing and they said Strucker is gonna be one of the main antagonists or whatever. Yeah, that's right, antagonists. Yeah, of the film. Like he's gonna be one of the main ones that kind of gets like Crossbones and all these guys together.
Yep.
Oh, you're just gonna play that?
Little reverberator. I want to see that. Yeah, because I thought if they killed him that quick, that would have been just. I'm like, they built this guy up to be something,
and then they smacked him down really fast.
Yeah, just like instantly.
They gave you no resolution. You didn't
no
get
closure.
To see him. Closure. Yeah. There you go. That's what I'm trying to think. They didn't give you that. It's just like, hey, this is a guy. You get 10-second blip of him. We kill him from you. And that actor that plays him, I've seen him in other stuff. His face is kind of recognizable. I've seen him in other movies.
So he can't have just.
So you're not going to just waste his talent or his character.
But they should do more stuff like that because that was awesome how they did that.
Not VG. Obsolete says Wrecking Crew should show up. The Wrecking Crew will show up literally after Infinity Wars. When they come back, they'll be the first people they fight against because they're always the losers that just kind of get.
I really hope we can get Fantastic Four back with Marvel, so we can and X-Men. So
Fantastic Four needs to come back.
World War Hulk.
X-Men needs to come back, but then so they can get the Illuminati together.
Get it going.
And
get it going.
It'll be good.
Make them the good guys or whatever you want to do, because when Hulk is coming, you better run.
Gross.
He's going to kill everybody.
Because it's going to flood the
with
city.
His jizz.
Gross.
So we're wrapping up.
Everybody turns into Hulks?
We can kick
whenever if they ingest it?
That's gross. That's gross.
Like Professor X is
we need to wrap it up on that one.
I'm gonna cut that part.
Thank you for watching. We're gonna wrap it up, guys. Thanks for coming out and watching and joining the chat. Of course, we'll do it all again next week. So hope you can be there.
So maybe Cory will be with us. Maybe
maybe not.
Maybe he still can't.
Find out in the next.
Find out next episode.
Stay tuned.
To be continued.
Same bad time.
See you guys later.
Same bad.